with Phil stumbling drunkenly out of his bed, appearing in his head all the things he's wanting to be said. 19 minutes of Phil to Phil, with so much time to kill. He promised chill, but all he does instead is beg and shill. The stream's online and straight away begins to whine, but all is fine as long as Shaz benign and doesn't step out of line. His content's immature for all to endure like fresh manure, but I feel sure he ran straight to feeling so insecure. The money earned on yesterday was withdrawn and long gone, as Phil spending impulse is always had to stay on. If supports are also slow and stays so low and fails to grow, you never know, the show may turn into an easy bingo. Once kicked off across the board with charge to what because his code can be ignored, just how much DSP makes us feel so bored. To help us fight or sleep and try to keep alert to watch a creep who play bingo, but Phil will bitch and why his sheep are also cheap. While DSP is chasing green, we're seeing green across the screen as Phil's routine predictability rivals are slow machine. He's not in burp and leaning ban, it matters not if battery fun, his child can't see if hours make him feel less of a man. Takes a drink and starts his like before launching into a big pretending never bills when truth is dead to buy a wrestling JPEG. Talks about his shitty life of call his cat and fatty life and all his strife of forgetting that it's done well and they were rife. With drama he will react but isn't act, that is a fact as he rehearsed to be exact in how he felt he was attacked. Teaches nearly over and a win is in sight, with what to white despite Phil to light that tips were not light. We'll say alright it is okay and now it's time for Phil to play, but first he'll say that tips will help from being off the other day. And with those words we win again, it's never if but always when the game is won. Thanks to that we made it to the very end. Hey guys, King Jad here, and welcome to DSP Bingo for today, Sunday, 18th of February 2024. Do hope you're all doing very well indeed. Hope you've had a very enjoyable weekend, and yeah, certainly hope you're doing, looking forward to what will hopefully be a nice way to end off a weekend with a wee robust game of bingo. Phil had a very interesting weekend, I'll tell you that much. Cat bored quit the stream, like she walked it on Phil's stream. That's the kind of big massive talking point of the last 24 hours or so. Cat decided, you know what, I'm done with this, I can't be arsed. And I love how Raw Phil still has the timestamps here. So yeah, Raw Phil had a great time watching this last night. I managed to actually catch it live. Like I'd fallen asleep earlier on in the day, so my sleeping pattern was all screwed up. So I was awake at 4:30 AM UK time. Phil was still live doing his night stream. Time zones and all that bad stuff, but I managed to fucking witness Cat rage quitting or bored quitting live. So this is a timestamp. So the stream starts and so hold on, the context is important, okay? Context is important. At 2 hours and 17 minutes into Raw Phil's stream, so about 8:47 PM, Phil has to make sure the chat is very aware of something. I'm going to rewind it like a few seconds. I've rewound it 15 seconds, and Cat's posture didn't change once. Like, look at, yeah, she looks bored out of her goddamn mind. But don't worry, Phil is about to reassure his chat here of something very important.
No, Cat is not bored, she's tired. If you can't tell, she's beat. Right? You're beat.
Yeah, I'm just watching you play.
Yeah, we can tell that, you were playing and you got what's the word? You got a little beat, so you passed the controller to me. It's not that you're bored with it, it's that this is how it is. It's a tedious game mode. It really is. It's a very tedious game mode. And you also got to understand that Cat is not someone who's here streaming all the time. She's not used to it, being in front of the camera and everything, constantly. So, you do it for a while, you get exhausted.
So yeah, remember, Cat wasn't bored. Cat wasn't bored one bit. So less than 20 minutes after this, Cat decides
I'll
to...
just see how much I can do in the next 10.
As you can see, she's gone. Well, she's not gone that bad. I thought she was gone. No. She disappears from view. Now, there's a very interesting theory as to why Cat vanished from the webcam view. At first, I thought she was just messing with Jasper. But somebody on that being said, I think that the theory on that being said, I think it may have been Mr. Ludicrous actually. The theory was that Cat is now very self-conscious about yawning on stream. The last time Cat yawned on stream, from the last stream they had, detractors had a whole lot of fun with that big ass Kirby style mouth. So people think what Cat was doing here was yawning off stream, but off camera, which makes a lot of sense because Phil then asks her if she's tired afterwards.
Okay. Alright, well, that's about it. I'll just see how much I can do in like the next 10 minutes. Baby, if you're tired, you don't have to stick around.
So because he's saying if you're tired, you don't have to stick around, which makes me think, yes, she was yawning, like she had one of those big monster, big ass Kirby mouth yawns, but she was trying her best to, you know, hide it from the camera. And Phil's like, you know, honey, if you're tired, you can just go.
If you're really sore and tired, you can go.
Yeah, I need to stand up.
All right, go ahead. Baby, no one's forcing you to be here.
I mean, you already know what you're doing. So.
Yeah, you can take off for the night. Just say goodbye to everyone.
Right.
That's all.
Bye.
She's beat.
But just like that, she fucks the fuck off. No special message goodbye, no thank you, Chitna, just bye.
You have to understand, Kat is not used to doing this. She is not a streamer in any capacity, right? So it's exhausting to her to do this. She's trying, you know, you guys wanted to see her be here part of gameplay, right? And she's doing her absolute best, but I totally get it.
So, as you can imagine, so remember, at this point in time, Phil had been holding in his toxicity, been holding in his burps and everything else. And 2 minutes after Kat leaves...
And then some moron says, why are you forcing her to play a game? Go fuck yourself. You didn't force her to do anything. She wanted to come back to streams and she wanted to do this, so you can kiss my fucking ass. I hate idiots like that. Yeah, as you see, I had her tied up, right? I had her drugged and tied up and I threw her in here tonight. That's what happened, right? You fucking asshole. Fucking morons. Those kind of people drive me nuts. Anyway, I did have the camera in the wrong position. I was wondering why the camera looked like it was so far that direction. I must have hit it earlier. I totally must have hit the camera and it wasn't centered. So there you go. Here's an idiot saying she wasn't playing. She was here for the entire first hour and a half playing. She just had to be the controller in the last 20 minutes because she was tired. So you can go fuck yourself too. The dumb trolls coming in here to try to be dicks now, you know. Fucking idiots. Anyway. Alright, so.
But it gets a little bit better though. It's not just that. There's another one like a minute later.
Anything else stupid someone wants to say? So I can just deal with you now before I finish the stream? Any other idiotic thing you'd like to say to talk out of your ass and look like an idiot so I can publicly embarrass you? Okay. So
and of course, it wouldn't be... Obviously, he has to end it in a toxic way as well. The toxic post-stream.
And thank you all for chilling. And for those who weren't, you know, being fucking stupid and saying dumb shit, thanks for that too. I appreciate those who are like normal people and aren't here to just be fucking dumb trolls. But sadly, that's just some people's lives. They'll just sit around and try to be fucking negative and shit. Morons. But overall, had fun doing this co-op with my wife. You know, again, I want to talk to her and see. You could tell how fatigued she was by the end of tonight. She was barely talking. So you could tell that she was basically either very exhausted or bored to tears or both. And that was not her attitude last time. So I want to see, you know, if she feels like doing it again. And if not, I'm not upset. She did it for 5 hours here, right? So we made great progress with her here. I think it worked out well. Either way, right? Again, the camera's crooked. I can't seem to keep the camera centered now. Anyway. Alright, so guys, tomorrow, it's React Day.
And who fucking cares about that? So yeah, Phil did not have the most robust stream with Kat involved, and Kat might not appear back again in the future. We might have a board quit from Kat. It lasted what two streams made, you know. There was like one Q&A stream, and then the other one didn't really do well after that, and then we've had like one co-op gameplay stream, which is not really co-op, and the second one she bailed halfway through that as well. But yeah, as you can see though, like Phil's not in a good mood today. He's annoyed with YouTube. Apparently YouTube uploads were screwing him over and all that jazz. And now he's run off to the bathroom to have a little quick last minute pull on WWE Champions before he fucking bails, so he continues with fucking bingo and all that jazz. Say bingo, fucking his stream, so we can play bingo. But yeah, fucking mental. So yeah, I clipped that last night and put it on Twitter, and a lot of people saw it. That little toxic 20-second moment.
Seriously. And then some moron says, why are you forcing her to play a game? Go fuck yourself. You didn't force her to do anything. So
yeah, there we go. I managed to share that last night as well before going back to sleep, you know, and then it's always good to get it out there, get a message out there. TG Gamebox posted an interesting update on WWE Champions Phil activity on that. Oh yeah, this as well. Maximilian Dude got a streamer award the other night. They got the category winner for the Legacy Award. And there was an interesting like video, and like it talked about, you know, Street Fighter and everything. But yeah, this is what I wanted to show you initially. So TG Gamebox posted an update on yesterday on Phil's WWE Champions spending habits. $1,228 at a minimum so far. So yeah, there we go. Once again, Phil was dropping 4 figures on one random WWE Champions event. And bear in mind that Phil's like 4 days away from payday. 3 days away from payday. So yeah, it's just, it blows the mind. It really fucking does. I think I'm trying to fucking think who tweeted this that I'm trying to find. There's a couple of things I want to find. Where's that being said? I think they tweeted something that, of the streamer awards of Maximilian Dude. So let me check them. I think it was them that tweeted out. Let me search. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, I don't think it was. No, I can't remember who it was, but somebody posted a clip of Maximilian Dude like getting his reward, and like, you know, it sounded a lot like it could have been about Phil for the first part of it. You know, I think I'll just type in Maximilian Dude in Twitter. I'm not going to search his handle. Actually, I might as well, because people might have after they've been sitting on the fucking video about it. That's fucking no that. So where's the whole wee thing? The person introducing them. Was it this? I'm not entirely sure. Was it this?
This next award is our Legacy Award. For over 15 years, this creator has been at the forefront of the gaming community, starting with the humble beginnings that featured gritty, raw footage of Street Fighter on a CRT.
Fuck you.
These early videos laid the groundwork for his ability to bridge the gap between hardcore depths of competitive play and the accessible joy of casual gaming.
What the fuck?
His content has not only entertained, but educated, making the intricate world of fighting games open and approachable to all. Through his voice, the newcomers have found a welcoming entry point into the fighting game community, while veterans have discovered deeper layers in strategy and camaraderie. Tonight, we honor the career of Maximilian Dude.
Oh my god! No fucking way! No fucking way! Dude! How the shit is this real? How is it real?
I think for most of that, you could actually fucking argue Cat is a little bit parallel to what Phil believes what his content was like. He also started in, like, you know, the YouTube day, you know, the Street Fighter and all that, you know, and the CRT cabinets or whatever, everything. It was just, so yeah, here's Maximilian Dude getting a Legacy Award at Streamer Awards, and where was, what about Phil? What's Phil's legacy? Jerking off on the internet, you know, and his webcam left on accidentally, is that his legacy? Who knows, but yeah, I thought that was fucking quality. There is one more thing I want to show you guys. Where is he? Cerulean. That's a fucking wrong typo. Where is he? Cerulean. Hold on. Let me just go to my own fucking tweets thing, because I did like it recently. Actually, there it is. There, fucking Cerulean. Phil's throwback channel looks like it's been using other people's footage once more, and Cerulean, you know, look at my skeleton bitch, that guy, he believes he's found a channel that Phil has been stealing footage from for his Final Fantasy 13 retro re-upload. So yeah, he actually thinks he's found it or whatever. But yeah, it's just fucking crazy, what the fuck. So yeah, DSP straight up, you know, there we go. So this is, the bottom is Phil's original footage. The top was what they used in DSP in the, you know, the remastered fucking version. They just, it's the same thing as like Red Dead before. They stole someone else's footage and just kind of put Phil's audio over the top of thing. It's Jesus Christ. It's just, the guy has no shame. And Evil AJ himself like chimed in and said, you know, something which was fucking very pertinent. Let's see if I can like it. What is it? I'm pretty sure I liked it. I mean, yeah, I don't want to hear from Phil ever again about how people steal his content. Yeah, couldn't even steal content from the same platform to insert as his own. So yeah, there we go. It's just... What the fuck, Phil? Yeah, but because Evil AJ, as you will be very well aware, I'm sure. Oh, fuck me, hold on, Phil's live, my bad. Is there a long intro or short intro? It looks like it says, okay, there, cool. We'll go ahead, we just pause it there. As you guys know, though, Evil AJ fucking made this is how you don't play, and Phil's like, he stole my content. And here is Phil stealing other people's content for his own purposes. So, I was really fucking surprised that Phil's hypocrisy, not fucking really. Yeah. So yeah, I'm expecting a full-on salty, toxic, and angry Phil today for the bingo. But of course, speaking of the bingo, we need to get set up and properly going for the bingo, and to do that, we need to actually get a bingo card picked and sorted. So can somebody please give me a number in chat? The first number in chat I saw was from Unsalted Skies 3412. We will use that as a bingo card number today. Let me just randomise the bingo background image as well. There we go, so 3412. By the way, I've been toying with an idea of doing a 7x7 bingo card. I was thinking of doing it today, but I thought it would be too short notice. But it might be interesting to try. So I did actually found a clip. I found a clip of Phil saying fucking 7 in a row, which would be great for a fucking bingo card, so we're getting 7 fucking in a row to complete. I was going to try and find it, but I can't be arsed. But anyway, fuck it. Bingo time is here we fucking go. The card we have for today is as follows. Phil has to say, the tractor or trolls, help, you guys, here's a thing, and him doing some scat talk. The second row is Phil saying, oh, %, hate to say, comment and update. The third row is Phil burping, him having that creepy whisper where he leans into the microphone to creepily whisper. Him snorting, him saying support, and by the way. The fourth row is Phil saying variety, unique, essentially, him giving somebody a leaning ban, and him saying react. And the fifth and final row is Phil saying what I mean by that is nobody or no one, him saying idiot, him giving a good old turbo nose where he goes no. And finally him saying you know what I mean. So that's today's bingo card we have. And to hopefully get a full house today. You know, we were one short on Friday. We were so close to a full house on Friday, but we were one away. Let's see if we can go one better today. Now, of course, the aim of the game, as you guys may be well aware, is for us to try and get a full house 25 out of 25 on the bingo card you see before you. And to manage to do that, one of you guys can potentially win a prize. But to be eligible to win a prize, you've got to make sure that you've left a comment on a community post, which is linked in the description of this live stream. If you've not left a comment on that, you're not going to chance to win a prize. It's as simple as that. And of course, there's plenty of ways for us to get free spaces to try and get a full house on the bingo card. For example, if Phil snorts 25 times or burps 10 times before he starts recording for his shitey react content later on, that will give us all a free space. And if we get 100 likes on this bingo stream before we finish playing bingo, not only will it give us a free space as well, but you guys will also get to enjoy the Bubbles animation made by the excellently talented Pixar Animations to celebrate 100 likes. So there we go, I think I've covered all the bases. And yeah, I also have a couple of new little soundboard things. I went and got rid of a couple of ones I don't use anymore, and I got a couple of new ones in there to replace them. For example...
You have been the personification of stupidity since 1997.
And also...
You sound like a human vacuum cleaner, managing to both suck and blow at the same time.
But there we go, so when Phil's been like annoying, we can just use a couple of random edge quotes from his wrestling days, you know. There we go, so we're able to dash you for convincing me to get that going. I also added, of course...
Fuck you and your friends.
That was from Phil the other night, you know.
Fuck you and your friends.
Well, it's no wonder you don't have any friends.
Anyway, let's just crack on with the bingo, let's crack on with the show. And of course, as always, before we actually start playing bingo properly, we always make sure that we play something from the random Scottish soundboard.
Is there nothing on the internet that I won't masturbate to?
And on that awkward note, it's time to begin. Good luck everybody, here we fucking go.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Level 1 Podcast. Hooey, today is Sunday, the 18th of February, 2024, also known as React Day, because all day long, we're going to be doing some fun reacting, and I'm excited for that. I always like doing the Clips React show over on DSP React, but also, this week we're doing Retro React, which is me reacting to my old playthroughs from yesteryear. This week it's going to be a classic from 2010, the original Heavy Rain run, which is now around 14 years old. So it should be pretty exciting to watch that back together for the very first time. So, on today's show, what I'd like to do is discuss with all of you what's been going on in regards to my content, various different things. Actually, hold on one second, because it looks like the chair, once again, needs to move right, because we moved it for co-op.
He's wearing his Zelda jammies. He's actually wearing his Zelda jammies. Hold the fuck on. Hold the fuck on.
Various different things. Actually, hold on one second, because it looks like the chair, once again, needs to move right.
Look at this shit. Does this guy have no shame? Like, he's pretending he's a fucking full-ass grown man. Look at me, guys. I'm wearing a big boy shirt today, a fully grown man shirt today. I'm wearing a fully grown man jumper. And he's fucking what company is the fucking jumper? Zelda jammies. What is the fucking point of putting on a goddamn jumper, Phil? If you're not even gonna fucking you're just pretending that you fucking actually were ready to go, you know, ready for fucking business today. Oh, Jesus Christ, Phil. Never change.
Regards to my content, various different things. Actually, hold on one second, because it looks like the chair, once again, needs to move right, because we moved it for co-op, and I can never seem to get it back to the right spot. I think that's the right spot. Let me double check that. Yeah, I'm more centered now, right? I think I'm always off slightly, but I think I'm more centered now. Anyway, yes, so, what I'd like to do today is get...
Oh, thank you very much to Battery Exhausted for gifting a membership. So that membership went to Beamer, so well done to Beamer for getting a membership gifted to you. Thanks to the kindness of Battery Exhausted. There you go, and I'll need to try and remember to add that name to the end, to the list later on, after the stream. But there we fucking go. Thank you very much to Barry Exhausted for that. I don't know why there's no animation. I think I tried to fix Stream Elements with the member animations, and it's got a bit funny. This is not just like, you know, there's actually something up with Stream Elements and like member bomb animations and all that shit. But yeah, I'm sorry there's no animation played there. But yeah, thank you very much all the same for the membership.
You caught up on everything, because after yesterday, a few things now are changing and need to be adjusted, and we got to figure stuff out. Notably, we have a stream scheduled for this week that I don't know what I'm going to do for it, and we could talk about that and try to figure out what we want to do that night. But outside of that, next week was already going to be a short streaming week, and so kind of readjusting that schedule as well based on what just happened. But anyway, so let's talk a little bit about this to get caught up. No real notable game news or anything like that today. I checked, and, you know, nothing really going on. So, likely, we're going to have a more chill day. I will say this as we open. New suggestions thread is live on the community tab of DSP Gaming. You can post up a idea of constructive criticism to let me, you know, review it on one of these podcasts and hopefully apply those things to my content if they make sense, and if we all agree, hey, this is something that maybe should be done, or if it's a good idea. Please understand that not everything that's suggested is going to be completely adopted, nor even, you know, considered, depending on what it is. For example, I can already tell you there's people saying things like, oh, don't do the podcast, you know, or, oh, completely drop this giant segment of the podcast that everyone listens to every day, and you know, stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know. We're going to discuss it, though, right? Well, at least, you know, go over it on the show here if you submit it. So,
that was a hefty fucking snort. Remember, we're at 1.25 speed, and yeah, we need to hear that in normal time. We need to hear that in normal time. At 1.25, that seemed like a really robust one. That'll sped up that one. Here it is in normal time.
You know, go over it on the show here if you submit it. So,
oh, I got some old school retro feelings there. He hasn't had a snort like that since 2017. I'm getting some Hungarian World Order snort compilation vibes from that kind of snort. Jesus. I am so tempted just to play it one more time in slow motion just for the hell of it.
You know, go over it on the show here if you submit it.
So, yeah, well, why not? We'll do it slow motion.
So,
oh, wait, you ready? You ready? How slow should we go? 0.5, 0.4, 0.3, 0.2, 0.1. We'll go as slow as possible. God, man. Holy crap. Okay, well, that was traumatic. But yeah, let's go back to 1.5. Let's just go to 1.5 speed and make up for that.
And by the way, I apologize. My post-nasal drip's bad this morning. I'm hoping that it'll get better. Burger. Over the course of the show, but it's going crazy. It's up here in my sinuses. It's down in my throat. It's gross. I hate it, but it's life. I've been dealing with this my whole life. All right. So let's go ahead. Oh, by the way, how do you use the suggestion box? Main channel page of this channel on the community tab. There's a thread, or you can type !suggestion into the chat, and the command will pop up. Or every 15 minutes on the live chat, also it should pop up. Okay. Cool. All right. So let's get caught up. Let's talk a little bit about what happened yesterday. So after our chill podcast to start the day, we jumped into Baldur's Gate 3. And happily, I can finally tell you, we finished Act 2. The game completely beat around the bush trying to finish it. Like, basically the whole first hour of the stream was the very final content in the underneath the Moonrise Tower area. The boss fight, per se, which actually was kind of a pushover, in my opinion. Thought it was going to be way harder than it looked. It looked challenging, and it ended up being super easy. Then there was an hour of, like, epilogue, meaning you kind of walked around again in the Act 2 area, and there were different characters you could talk to and find out what happens to them and their stories and stuff like that. And then there's a random fight that comes out of nowhere, and then you basically head to Act 3. Now, I can already say this. Act 3 already is starting great. There was immediately a big action sequence that happened that was kind of interesting, and boom, you run head on in the big plot and elaborations on things that you've been wondering the entirety of the game, which is neat. I'm happy because I'm getting explanation now of stuff that I was wondering, you know, who's this, what's that. The problem is, it took so long to get to it that we ran out of time. And I can't help but think that this game, if it just had better pacing and less beating around the bush, it would be a better game. Like, if you're at the end of an act and everything is culminating in the end of that act, and you know, okay, we're going to storm this tower, right? Imagine if you could do it within 2 hours, you're done. You do the fights, you do the boss fight, you get all your plot, you're in Act 3 in 2 hours, great movement. Instead, it's like 9 hours, you know? It literally is like 9 hours of gameplay to get to that point because the way the game is paced. And at this point, I think that actually is one of my major criticisms, is that how much is too much? Does it start to feel a little bit bloated? And I get it if you're someone who is so immersed in this game, and everything you're doing in your life right now is playing Baldur's Gate 3, and you're obsessed with Baldur's Gate 3 and all of its characters and all of its lore in the universe, then maybe you're loving it. But for me, it's like, at some point, I would like to just sit down and play it and be like, I know today in my 3 hours, I'm going to make good progress. And half the time, it's like, that's not the case. I sit down, I go to play, and I do 2 battles, and like get a little bit of a cutscene, and it's like, it's over. The stream's over. But I thought we were finishing Act 2. No. Continues. Another 2 streams before you get to the end of it. So it almost makes me feel stressed out, because here I am, playing Baldur's Gate 3, finally finishing the act, and I've been telling you 2-3 streams, it's the end of Act 2, it's the end of Act 2. Finally, Act 2 ends. We're starting Act 3, oh my god, giant plot, and now I don't have time to do it, because it took so long for Act 2 to end. They really beat around the bush so much, right? So, the good news is, I feel like when we play it again on Tuesday, it's going to be super exciting, because we're right in the midst of a big plot dump to figure out what's going on, and I'm happy for that. Like, I want these answers. This is one of the major things I like about the game, is the plot keeps you thinking, and get you interested in what's next, or what's really going on behind the scenes. It's not as it appears. Right now, we just got a big plot twist at the end of that last part of Baldur's Gate 3 that I wasn't expecting. I'm like, oh, okay, so let's figure it out. And then, oh, I'm already 10 minutes over the end of my stream. I gotta go. Gotta wait till the next session. When's the next session? Tuesday. I gotta wait till Tuesday to play it again, right? And figure this out. Anyway.
Hold the fuck on, Phil. This was the 4th day in a row you played it as your day stream. And you're going back to... You're basically skipping one potential day stream from playing it earlier. Like, I'm actually surprised you didn't fucking schedule it in for fucking Monday. Oh yeah, it's like Tekken said he's playing on Monday tomorrow, like, for the day stream, I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, like, he creates his own schedule. Mr. fucking Variety has been playing Baldur's Gate 3 for a day stream for Tuesday, for Wednesday, for Friday, and for Saturday. And when he plays it again on Tuesday, that'll be the 5th time he's playing it in a week. And yet he's like, I was so far away from getting back to the game. Fuck off. It is the one game you keep going back to, and the primary reason you keep going back to it is because it guarantees you $100 in tips per stream, because your chat are terrified of you wage quitting the game, like you've wage quit so many other games in the fucking past, and so they got to make sure they keep that fucking $100 tip goal topped up for every single Baldur's Gate 3 stream.
So, with all that going on, I'm happy that we made the progress we did. I'm happy to play it again on Tuesday and continue on with the story and get firmly, hopefully, into Act 3 over the course of this next week. Because remember, we've got about just over a week left before Final Fantasy VII Rebirth comes out. And when Final Fantasy VII Rebirth comes out, that is when I'm going to be heavily focusing on that game. That's going to be my major game for a bit. So, you know, Baldur's Gate's going to essentially take a back seat to that. And I don't know if that means Baldur's Gate will be night streams, or if I'll just do like 1 or 2 daytime streams a week rather than the 3+ that I've been doing. You know, we got to figure it out. But I can tell you that I'm going to be playing a lot of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and I hope that it's great. It looks great, right? Like, everything about Rebirth looks great, and I'm hoping that it'll bring people to the streams again who haven't been around for a while, because I'll be honest, all the stuff I'm playing at this point is ongoing playthroughs.
Here we go, here we go. Is it a bit of segue into a fucking begment?
All the new games have stunk. Let's be honest, if you take a look at all the new games that have come out recently, either they're not something that I would play, like Helldivers 2, it's an online co-op action game. I'm not going to play that. Or games that suck ass, like Suicide Squad, so I'm just going to skip it, right? There really hasn't been anything great recently, and so all of my playthroughs have stagnated. All of the viewer base has gone down, all of the attendance on streams has gone down. The one thing that reinvigorated attendance was co-op with Cap, and now we're about to talk about what happened with that last night, okay? So, all that being said.
Oh, fantastic. Shout out to that being said. I'm going to slow us down to 1.25 because I feel like there might be things that I don't want to miss here. He's about to try and... I wonder who he's about to blame. Who's he going to blame here upon? Is he going to blame the game? He's going to blame the game for being born, I think. That's what I think.
Excited for more Baldur's Gate 3 Tuesday. We're doing it Tuesday, Wednesday, and then the week after that we're doing it, when you think about this, Friday, Saturday, and Tuesday. Yeah. So basically we have 5 major streams of Baldur's Gate 3 left before Final Fantasy VII. Another 15 hours of gameplay. So we'll be, if we play on pace here, we will actually be 100 hours into the game when Final Fantasy VII Rebirth starts. So I guess we'll see what happens, okay? Now, that was yesterday's daytime stream. Guess what? Something very annoying happened yesterday. So I go to upload all those videos and everything's fine. I come back into the office and now Kat and I have to set up for our co-op, which takes a little bit longer. You know, have to move the chairs over, realign the camera, get the microphone in the right spot, get the audio going. And so I go to do that, and I notice that part 86 of the Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough, right now there's 87 parts. Part 86 uploaded to 81% and stuck and never finished.
Phil, I thought you fucking had to babysit your uploads. You always claimed that you were so busy babysitting your uploads to make sure they completed okay. You mean to say that you neglected to babysit your precious uploads and so you weren't there on hand to prepare for a situation that happened?
I'm scratching my head, like, what caused this? Was it that YouTube's had an issue with their server? This has happened sometimes. You go to upload a video to the server, and for some reason the server won't accept the rest of the video, so you gotta start the upload over. Is that what it is? I don't know. Is the video corrupted? So I go to play it. No, the video plays perfectly on my PC. There's no issue. So it's not an issue that it's a corrupted video. So I don't know what's going on, right? Now I'm like, at this point, I can't figure it out. I don't have time. We have to do our late stream, our co-op stream. So we have to get that going. So, you know, I jump into that instead. I say, okay, I'll tackle this issue later. So we'll talk about that in a bit, what happened, because already people are wondering what happened, why did it come out so late, and some people are criticizing how it looks. I don't know. We'll talk about that in a sec, okay? So, basically, we did our co-op stream last night, which was Kat and I streaming Dondoko Island. This is our second session of this virtual island community that's a hybrid between, say, Animal Crossing or Disney Dreamlight Valley or other similar sim style.
Oh, hang on a fucking second. Essentially, it's on the... So Phil said essentially earlier on, and I thought it was on the card, but I couldn't see it. It's right fucking there.
Burger.
So yeah, Phil said that like 3 minutes ago, 4 minutes ago, and I was like scanning the card trick because I could have sworn it was on there. Phil definitely said essentially, but it not just there like it happened a few minutes ago.
Games like that. And the goal last night was to hit 3-star rating on our resort, because when you hit a 3-star rating is when you get your next big reward of money that you could spend in the real game outside of the Dondoko Island. So we sat down to do it, and first of all, just to be completely transparent here, already I could tell it was a stressful day for my wife. She had a bunch of other stuff going on. She was running around. She had to cook a big dinner and everything, and I could tell when she...
Isn't that your fault? Hold on, she was running around, she had to cook a big fucking dinner. Yeah, because you won't do it. You're the one that's at home all day. You work from home, Phil. She, if we're to believe what you tell us, she is out working herself. Not at home, but she's out in the real world, working her real job. And just to fucking come home and feed your sorry ass, you know you're home all day? Phil, fuck off.
Came in here, already she was like pissed off from other stuff that had nothing whatsoever to do with the stream. She was happy to be here. She wanted to do it.
Sure didn't fucking look at Phil.
But that, you know, already you could tell, like, that's already the bad, the bad start, right? And so we sit down to do it, and we start to play, and we're having fun. We're both having fun again. Like, oh, this is cool. We're jumping in, we're building again and everything. And what ended up happening was a couple of things, all right? Number one, you know, when you get people in the chat who want to keep prying and asking silly questions, like for...
Oh, don't tell me he's going to blame Derek. Derek actually had a very big impact on the stream potentially last night, and this is a theory that D-Dog had his theory, which may have some fucking strength to it now. Derek asked a question, but he had a typo asking it because I believe he was using his phone. He at one point asked Phil if he and Kat ever use stretch balls. And Phil's like, what the fuck are stretch balls, lol? Didn't have a clue what he's fucking talking about, of course. Derek corrected himself and says, oh, I'm sorry, I meant stress balls. Phil ignored the correction and he ignored every subsequent repeated spamming of the question. Derek kept spamming the question for like 20 minutes, it felt like forever. It felt like 20 or 30 minutes of Derek constantly repeating the question over and over and over and over again. The chat were getting fed up with him. Phil was not acknowledging it. He was acknowledging other people in the chat and answering their questions, but he was ignoring Derek's question of, you know, whether Phil and Kat use stress balls still. And so eventually the message sunk in for Derek and he ended up leaving the stream and apologising for asking the question. And about 5 minutes after that, Kat left. And rage quit. So yeah, let's see what Phil said about people asking stupid questions in the chat.
When you get people in the chat who want to keep prying and asking silly questions, like for example, people are asking her about how she does her beauty stuff. Like, this is not a beauty stream.
Phil, that was a super chat. That was a super chat that happened near the very start of that stream, I believe. Somebody actually genuinely asked, if it's not too personal, can Kat share her skincare routine? It's a question that would have taken maybe Kat 30 seconds to answer, maybe at most. I imagine it's nothing too extravagant or... there's nothing wrong with that question. But apparently it's a banned question. You're not allowed to fucking ask Kat normal human questions.
Not going to sit here and talk to you about her skincare routines and how she does her makeup and stuff like that. It's supposed to be a fun co-op gameplay stream.
Phil, you're not meant to answer that. That was a question for Kat. Somebody sent you money to ask Kat the question because she was fucking there, and you didn't even fucking establish whether she would have wanted to answer that or not. Now maybe there's some sort of agreement behind the scenes between you two that any questions like that are get basically just ignored. It's quite possible. But Phil, that to us, to a normal person, that does not seem like a harmful question.
You know, if you were to ask me about my daily routine, about how I do stuff, I'm not going to sit here and talk about that all day either. You know what?
Why not? But oh, for fuck's sake, Phil, you do. You do though. You fucking do. You tell everyone you're going to fucking have a shit. Guys, I'll be right back. I am desperate for a big steaming stinky fucking poo. You know, he overshares everything.
I mean, so you're getting prying questions like,
oh, hold on, was that, you know what I mean? Was that?
My daily routine about how I do stuff, I'm not going to sit here and talk about that all day either. You know what I mean?
He did say that. Fantastic. We can take that off.
Burger. So you're getting prying questions like that. It's like, oh, so you want to respond to everyone in the chat. When you get people starting to ask silly things like that, it's like, oh, now you got to start picking and choosing the commentary that you want to do and talking with who you want to talk about, right? And yes, I'll be honest, there were a couple people who were basically excited to be there, but they definitely, and it's not just one person, but it's a few people who are like, I want my question answered, so I'm going to spam it 400 times in the chat. Boom, boom, boom.
Derek!
Boom, boom. It's like, oh, it's draining. Because this is something that I literally do all day, every day. I'm used to it. Kat is not. Kat is not a streamer.
But Phil, the chat was not her concern. Her concern was guiding you through the gameplay, and you were the one meant to fucking police the chat and monitor chats. That was your job, essentially. She's got a controller, you can decide things together, and you can monitor chat and ask questions wherever you see while she's fucking playing the fucking game, and teaching you how to fucking play the game as well. That was how you fucking sold this to your audience.
So she's seeing it firsthand. Now she's starting to see the kind of stuff that I have to handle literally every single day. And it starts to get to you. Like, oh my god, every time you look at the chat, it's the same people, the same questions, the same thing over and over. It's like, oh my god.
Oh my god, he's actually shitting on his own audience. This is not even detractors and trolls that he's shitting on. He's actually fucking taking a big steaming fucking dump on his core fucking audience, his fucking direct, actual supporters. He's shitting all over Jade and he's shitting all over Derek here. These are his biggest fans, and Phil's like, these guys, these dumb son of a bitches that ask the same questions over and over again. Phil, if you treated Derek like everyone else, he would have been silenced long before then. Spam is not allowed in your chat. But you are too fucking terrified to actually stick to your own rules and fucking ban him for spam. You've warned him for it several fucking times. He knows not to fucking do it. He still does it anyway. Take action, Phil. If you're a man of your word, then nobody's above the law. Ban Derek for the constant spam use.
Right? But then in combination with that, so I would say, last time when we did it, earlier in the week, it was more first time doing it. It was more fun because it was the early stages of the Dondoko Island where everything's getting set up. You're having your first guest. You're doing your initial setup. It's a lot more interesting and fun, okay? And I'll be honest, people were excited to see her back. Remember, she hadn't been on a stream in a few weeks. So it was exciting to see her back. People had genuine, interesting questions and things like that, correct? But then, last night, not only are we coming back only a few days after the last co-op session, so it's relatively quick since the last one we did, but now the game is becoming way more grindy.
It was relatively quick because of you. You're the one that had the idea to try and get Cat on your streams twice a goddamn week. It was relatively quick because of you. The desperate to try and fucking, you know, milk that big beefy bitch for all she's fucking worth and try and get as many fucking dollars as possible from your dent heads, because look at me, guys, I'm showing my wife on stream again.
What I mean by that is, in 2 hours, our first session, we got 2-star levels. So it was level 1, level 2, double rewards, big momentum. It took us the entirety of last night's stream to hit 3-star resort level. Okay? So it's a grind at this point. It's like, you got to keep building more stuff. You got to build the right stuff to appease the guests. You got to keep collecting and crafting items to get your popularity rating up. You got to be clearing the new areas of the island and then cleaning them out and then raising enough money to buy them. You got to, you know, catch the bugs, fight the intruders, do this, do that. And
But Phil, Cat has already played this. You could have fucking told you straight up that's what the fucking game was. And not only could Cat have told you this ahead of time, you made her play it again, knowing it was such a boring fucking grind.
After a while, instead of it feeling fun, it becomes more like busy work, right? Now, the one thing that did open up in Dondoko Island last night that was interesting was the farming area. And at first you might think, oh, that sounds like a good new thing. In reality, it's not that interesting. The farming area is just you take your Sujamon, which is basically their take on Pokemon, right? So you take the Sujamon that you've earned during playing the game, and you apply them to various tasks. You can have one area where they train and they level up, so you don't have to use them in combat, but instead they just level up over time naturally for free. You got one area where they work on resources for crafting, and they'll just give you free resources after a certain amount of time. You got one area where they'll work in a workshop, and after a certain amount of time, they just give you the money to do things on the island. And then there's a final area where they're farming, and they'll give you vegetables so that you can now craft other items that raise your levels and everything on the island. The thing is, there's literally nothing there of substance. It's literally, you just assign Sujamon, and then you just have to wait. So there's nothing to it, and that's the big new thing they add for like between 2 and 3 star rating. That's supposed to appease you. It doesn't really appease anything. It's kind of boring, you know? So basically, here's what happened. We played for 1 hour, and after that hour, you know, here's the thing. I can read my wife. I can tell when things, when she has a change in attitude or whatever. Number one, I could tell she was getting tired already, because keep in mind, again, she's not a streamer. She doesn't sit here in this chair all day. She's not used to it. So I could tell she starts to move like this. I could tell, wow, she's uncomfortable. She's probably having like soreness or back pain from sitting here. And I could tell, like...
Phil, she was using your chair, and you fucking constantly tell people that the chair is amazing for your fucking back. It's amazing, like, lumbar support and all that shit. It's got a little cushion, Phil. You constantly tell everyone it's the greatest chair you've ever had.
Interacting with the chat wasn't as fun. Like, there wasn't as many interesting questions or really discussions that we were doing. So...
Fuck you, chat. You didn't ask good questions.
It was like the game's getting kind of boring, she's getting tired and sore, and basically we're not having much conversation of meaning with the chat. So it's kind of like the trifecta of, oh god, this is kind of not working right now, right? So basically after...
Did he just butcher the crap out of that fucking last sentence?
Getting kind of boring, she's getting tired and sore, and basically we're not having much conversation of meaning with the chat. So it's kind of like the trifecta of, oh god, this is kind of not working right now, right?
It's kind of like a trifecta of, oh god, this is not working. For fuck's sake, Phil. Think before you speak.
So basically after about an hour, I asked her, you know, would you like me to jump in? And that way, you know, we could tag out, basically, I can play. And you could just, you know, help me with some of the suggestions or whatever. So he said, yeah, so that's what we did. So I started playing in the second hour. And even that day I started playing, I was bored. Like, I was fucking starting to knock, no kidding. I'm sitting here with my wife next to me, with a live stream of hundreds of people, and my eyes are starting to droop. I was like, dude, this is fucking boring. Like, wow. And then, so basically, here's the thing. I talked to Kat off camera about it, and I was like, wow, that was really boring. She goes, yeah, like, now she's realizing, she's like, when I did it myself, she was doing it in the living room, on the couch casually, right? Relaxed atmosphere. There's no pressure to make progress. If she got bored, she could leave and go play more of the game and then go...
hold on, Phil, you sold everyone on these Dondoko streams being no pressure environments. You're going to chill together, doesn't really care how much, you know, you might take like 10 hours, 12 hours to get through, but there's no stress, there's no chill, there's no demands. You sold these streams as a kind of relaxing kind of thing to have fun with your wife while you fucking just shoot the shit with, you know, there's nothing, and now all of a sudden, being with you on stream caused her so much stress and anxiety, and there was no chill for her, and she couldn't have fun. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for keeping pausing, but it's just all these points come to my fucking head when Phil fucking opens his mouth. I'm gonna let him cook. I'm gonna let him cook. I'll rewind it 10 seconds and let him cook.
About it, and I was like, wow, that was really boring. She goes, yeah, like now she's realizing, she's like, when I did it myself, she was doing it in the living room, on the couch casually, right? Relaxed atmosphere. There's no pressure to make progress. If she got bored, she could leave and go play more of the game and then go back to it. It wasn't like, oh, we're really concretely for 2.5 hours just trying to make progress in it. So what happens is you take a mode that's meant to be more like a casualized mode that you do from time to time to earn currency for your game, and you turn it into like work. And it doesn't actually work like that. It gets boring when you treat it like that, you know? If it were more riveting or interesting or actual meaningful progress in the story or gameplay, probably would have loved it. But instead, it just ends up feeling like a boring grind, and it doesn't really work like that. I think it's more meant to every once in a while you go back and you grind it, and then you break it up with progress in the game, and you go back again. So, yeah, basically, it got really boring. And so basically what happened was, after about an hour and a half, I want to say, or maybe an hour 45 minutes, because we were nearing the end of the stream anyway. I think it was like 20 minutes left on what I had scheduled to do for the stream. I said to her, I can tell you're not having a good time. You know, do you want to take off? And she's like, yeah, I do. I was like, all right, well, thanks. You know, thank you for joining us. I'm so happy she gave it a shot, right? I mean, that was about 4 to 5 hours of gameplay of Dondoko Island that she helped us with and made great progress. I wouldn't have made as much progress as I did in it if I'd done it for myself. So I'm happy that she was here to help us and get as far as we did. And by the way, we did hit the 3-star resort rating. We did it. So I got another big reward. Now I have $96,000 to spend in the game when I actually play it again on Monday night. We're going to actually have tons of progress, like tons, which is excellent. I can't wait to play it again tomorrow night and reap the rewards of everything that we just did over the last 2 nights of co-op. You know, it's going to be great. But admittedly, we were hoping for something better. We were hoping to do the whole thing. We were hoping it was going to be more interesting. And quite frankly, the mode just doesn't hold up, you know? And again, after having talked to Kat after the stream, she was like, yeah, it's not that she was upset or anything, but she was just feeling so fatigued because, number one, again, she's not a streamer. She's not used to sitting here for 2-3 hours in a row, not getting up, not stretching, not taking a break. She's not used to sitting in this chair. And again, when she did it for herself, she was in a living room downstairs. She could take breaks. She could tag in and out to do the main story. So it wasn't boring. This was becoming incredibly boring doing it the way that we were doing for her. And again, it wasn't like I tell you, like it's kind of similar.
I like the little slip there. It's boring to her. He had to correct himself there. He said to her at first.
Becoming incredibly boring doing it the way that we were doing for her. And again, it wasn't like I tell you, like it's kind of similar to, I would say, the 2 weeks that we did the Q&A. The first week that we did Q&A in January, it was refreshing because Kat had come to the streams for the first time in age. Tons of interesting questions, people, you know, wanting to talk with her for the first time in 5 years, right? And that was really awesome. The second time we did Q&A, it kind of got played out because now you got people coming asking the same questions, running out of interesting questions. Now the questions are getting more intrusive and more private and stupid.
And you can't even fucking blame the game for that Q&A shit. So what's the common denominator here? Cat turns up for one thing, the first one goes well and the second one fucking dies. That's now happened with the Q&A and it's also happened with Yakuza. What's the common denominator? Cat's a boring big beefy bitch and nobody's really fucking that interested in seeing her very fucking regularly. That, to me, that's what it seems like, yeah. It's just, Phil, what the fuck? You know, like, you're trying your best to try and milk her for as much fucking money as possible. It didn't fucking work. People got bored very quickly. She got bored very fucking quickly. And it's your fault.
Things we're not going to answer, you know. And that's kind of what we felt like happened, like, last night. Having done the back-to-back co-op so quickly, it just wasn't really fun. And that's the thing, is if we're going to do it, if Kat's going to come on stream and hang out with us, we want to be fun. We want it to be a special time, something interesting, something notable, something meaningful. Not, we're just grinding through a game now, and who cares if it's fun or not, and we're all bored doing it, but who cares, right? It's stupid. Like, what's the point then? I might as well just stream anything else, right? So, yeah, basically, you know, it's, let me put it this way. It's not a bad thing that it turned out that way, because we hit a major milestone. I've raised so much money in the game that now when we play it again, I'm going to make major progress and strides. But I'll be honest, like, even after that, I don't know if I ever want to go back to that mode. I think Dondoko is basically a mode that if you want to kill time and get these extra rewards, you can do it. And at this point of the game, it was important to do it because I need that money to make good progress in the game. But there's other ways in Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth to level up and or get money. Like, for example, once I get better gear and stuff, I'll be able to take on the higher levels of the optional dungeon. And that optional dungeon pays a ton of money and a bunch of great items as well. It's not just about the money outcome, but also having a bunch of big rewarding items too. So I feel like this is probably the end of us doing that co-op. I don't think we're going to want to do it again. And I don't think I even want to do it myself again, solo. I don't think I ever want to go back and do Dondoko Island. And it was funny because we're nearing the end of the stream, and Slayer was here helping out with modding, and he goes, oh, so when you play Like a Dragon, you should do the Sujimon stuff. I was like, do the Sujimon stuff? It's like we just did 5 hours of boring ass grinding in this Dondoko Island, and now you think I want to go do Sujimon grinding? Are you out of your mind? Absolutely not. That is the opposite of what we're doing. When we go back to the main game, we are going to make major progress. We're going to take the new jobs. We're going to unlock more jobs. We're going to buy equipment. We're going to level up. We're going to do fun side mission questing and quirky stuff in the city. That's fun. We're going to make story progress. The last thing I want to do is get stuck into another side mini game thing that takes 10 hours to finish and is incredibly boring. So, yeah. So to summarize, okay? Kat and I thought that we were going to do all of Dondoko Island. We're not doing all of Dondoko Island. We got this 3-star level, which is essentially like the halfway point, and we're topping out now. We're bored, okay? We don't want to do it again. I don't want to do it again solo. Regardless of co-op, I don't even want to do it again. I think it's boring, and I don't really feel like going back and spending more time doing it, okay? We got out of it what we needed to get out of it. It's now going to help the playthrough moving forward, okay? Kat is not upset or anything. She just was hoping that it was going to go better and be interesting, and she's now realizing, wow, it's nowhere near as fun doing it like this a second time where we're turboing through it. Again, if this was being done casually, slowly, over time, that's different than, oh, dedicated night streams just to do Dondoko, right? So,
And it's all entirely your fault, Phil. So are you going to apologise to Kat for suggesting that? Are you going to apologise to your audience for trying your best to get it, you know, tell them it's a good thing to do? Phil, this is all on you. Apologise to your audience.
that's that for that. But of course now, a couple things happen. Number one, it kind of sucks because this was the co-op we were planning to do for a bit. You know, it was supposed to be 10 to 15 hours. We only played 5. So we essentially did 1/3 of what we were hoping to do. We were hoping that this co-op would last a few weeks, and now it lasted 2 sessions, right? And now it's done. So number one, yeah, people were expecting a lot more co-op, and there's no co-op right now, right? That's number one. So number two, where do you go from here? Because right now, there really are no co-op games out or coming out that we're really interested in. Like, she has 0 interest in Helldivers, okay? So that's not happening. We talked...
Why does it have to be a new game, Phil? Look, there's a lot of amazingly fun co-op games that are out there right now that exist, which people have never seen you play with your wife. You could literally play anything together as a co-op game. Bjorn's in chat saying play Mario Kart. That's a great suggestion. Mario Kart's a great suggestion. Overcooked. You know, Overcooked is on sale right now. Overcooked 2, the second Overcooked game, is on sale on Steam right now. If you're in the UK, you can get that game for $4.99. It is 75% off. I might get it myself. I played it on the PlayStation before. It was a great fucking game. But a $5 for that fucking game on Steam, sign me the fuck up. There's a plethora of fucking multiplayer co-op games these two could play together. And it would probably be a fun stream. I think it'd be fun watching Kat and Phil play, you know, Overcooked. That generally might be an interesting stream if they're both in the same room, just try to cook, you know, all these wee dishes or whatever. That would generally possibly be a good stream to watch. It's always fun watching those kind of streams, usually if we fucking, you know, anyone playing them. But yeah, he's like, no, it has to be a brand new game. Greg like said Rocket League. I'm not entirely sure about Rocket League. Maybe a bit too advanced for both of them, I think. But yeah. You get what I'm saying, though, there's tons of options out there. But Phil was just stuck in the kind of mindset of, oh, it has to be a brand new game. It has to be brand new to attract interest and be all hype.
About other games, like everyone keeps saying stuff like, what about It Takes Two and stuff like that? She's not interested in that. You know, we have to do something that we're going to be interested in, so that will be, it's not us sitting here being boring and just doing it for work. Again, that's what I'm emphasizing is, if my wife's going to be involved in my content, it has to feel fun, it has to feel special, and it has to feel like something we're interested in. Not, oh, she's just coming here to go through the motions of pumping out a piece of content. Because then what happens is, you're crossing over the realm of private, personal, with work. And I've done that before. Many times. You may realize, you know, I know other people in my private life, you know, back in the day who were involved in my content, and when you force it to just be work, it doesn't work. Okay, I know that for a fact. So, I don't know what comes next. We have to talk about it and try to figure it out. I've got some suggestions. Someone actually sent me a really nice suggestion, and they were like, so here's what you could do from now on. Whenever there's a new piece of hardware, like for example, a new console comes out, or something new that you're getting that you're adding to your setup, or whatever, you could do a live unboxing together. You can both investigate and give your takes on this. You can...
Why would she be interested in that? What's it got to do with her? Like, she's not an expert in this shit. She barely knows how fucking shit works. I was like, hey, Kat, what do you think of this thing? It's got a fucking shiny light. She's like, yeah, it's great. It's great, honey. Look at that light, it's shiny.
Do the initial setup, hook it up, get whatever it is working. Like, a perfect example would be the upcoming Switch 2, right? Let's say it comes out, so we get it, we unbox it, we give our opinions on it, we hook it up. We do the initial setup together. We each use the controller and give our takes on it. Yeah, I think that's great. I think that's a lot better than just me doing it. But the question is, how often does that happen? Not very often, right? That's not a common thing that we go like, oh yeah, let's do that next week. No, that, you know, that doesn't happen that often. So that works, just it's going to happen every several years. It's not a common thing, right? So, you know, what else do you do? And again, people are recommending games that we're not interested in. Play A Way Out, play It Takes Two. These are all the same style of game, and really there's no interest in them, right? So, maybe if something new comes out that's co-op and it looks interesting to us, we'll do it together. You know, maybe if there's a game that's a shorter game, but it looks like there could be like maybe co-op commentary or something on it would work. Maybe that would work, right? I don't know. You know, one thing that I thought, and this is just me throwing this out there, what if every once in a while, whenever she feels like it, Kat actually comes and does co-op commentary with me on a regular Like a Dragon Infinite Well stream? Like the real game. Not the fucking Dondoko grind bullshit, but actually just like watching and commenting on the real game together, right? Because I know she likes the game. That may be pretty fun just to have her do it on the regular playthrough, but it doesn't have to be all the time. There's no commitment to time of her coming to do that. It would just be if she feels like it, she could come in and hang out if she wants, you know? And that way there's no pressure. Maybe there'll be a day when she wants to do it and she pops in to do it, and then another day she just doesn't want to do it at all, so there's no promise that she was going to, so it's not a big deal, right? So, I don't know. That's just one idea I had, you know? But outside of that, right now, yeah, I really don't have too many ideas about what else we could be.
What a big fucking surprise. Phil's all tapped out of fucking ideas. His imagination has fucking exceeded his fucking limits, and he has no other goddamn ideas at his fucking disposal, so it's up to the fucking stream chat to fucking tell him what to fucking do instead.
Doing, you know, I can tell you this, like some people are saying, what about her doing React content? She doesn't even like the DSP versus the Internet show that I do every week. Like, she was liking it during the holidays when we were having holiday-themed stuff. But now, when you watch the show, and half the time it's just random clips that are completely nonsensical stuff.
And this is a nonsensical clips that his audience are picking. Once again, he's indirectly now shitting over his audience because she doesn't like what they're picking. His fan base has totally turned her off from his content. Now she's like seeing directly and immediately what his fan base is fucking like. She wants nothing to do with that community. She wants absolutely, I mean, she wants kept as far away as possible from the Derricks and the Jades and the fucking Slayers and Jesus Christ.
That doesn't appeal to her. You know, for me, that's kind of the appeal of the show to me, because I never know what I'm going to watch next, right? When I do the React stuff, I don't know what the next clip is. It could be something insightful and incredibly interesting. It could be on topic to something that we've been doing. It could be a funny comedy video. Or it could be some guy standing there and going, I like to fart. I like to fart. I fart and fart and fart and fart. And, you know, burger. Okay, maybe I've never watched that particular clip, but you understand what I'm saying? Like, we get that variety of stuff. It kind of reminds me of, like, back in the day, like, watching, like, Adult Swim on Cartoon Network, how the shows were so weird and irreverent. And it basically, you know, that's kind of the gimmick, is like you don't know what you're going to watch next. So I like that about the show. She doesn't. Like, she likes more meaningful clips and stuff, and you don't always get that. Half the time you're watching nonsense on that show, and I get that. So no, she doesn't want to do co-op commentary on DSP versus the Internet. She doesn't even really watch it herself. Sometimes she tries to watch it. It's like, oh my god, this is so stupid, and then she tunes out and doesn't even watch it, right?
Get fucked, Phil. Jesus Christ. This is gold dust to me. Like, this is like, usually it's like fucking Cat getting thrown under the bus, but right now it's his own chat, his own audience, his own community getting thrown under the bus because she doesn't fucking like what they're picking for Phil to watch.
So, you know, we gotta think. Yeah, somebody said like C-Lab, Aqua Teen, or Space Ghost Coast to Coast. Exactly. Like that's kind of like what the DSP versus the Internet show feels like to me. Like, we're watching such randomness that at any moment anything can happen, and something stupid happens, and sometimes it's funny, and sometimes it's just dumb, right? So. See, Sarah, and here's where you get it wrong, because Sarah says, from what you're saying, it sounds like Kat doesn't want to be in the content. Wrong. She wants to be in content that she enjoys being a part of. There's a difference between me sitting here every day, putting out content because it's my job and I've done it for 15 years and I enjoy hanging out with you guys, and someone who doesn't do this for a living, hasn't been doing it for 15 years, and is honestly feels more like it's work to sit in front of this camera than anything else. She wants to do something that's fun. So we have to find something that would be fun.
So what she's saying is she doesn't find doing your content fun.
You understand? It's not that she's not willing to do it. She just wants to have to be putting out, like, again, watch the first Q&A video we did in January. She's grinning ear to ear the whole time. She's having tons of fun. Watch the first co-op stream we did Wednesday night.
She's having tons of fun. She has a fucking ton of no fun.
Aside from the very end where she got fatigued, which you could tell she was beat by the end, we were having tons of fun the entire time. Compare that to each second session, and you'll see the difference of it's not as fun anymore. Questions have dried up. The game got way boring. That's the difference. So the key is finding the balance of stuff that's going to be fun to do so that it's fun to watch. Do you understand? Not just grinding through something because then it's not going to be fun for her and she's not going to have a good time, and that's going to come out in the stream, right?
Anybody care what this guy thinks?
No! So there you go. Get it? Okay. So, honestly, there's no rush to get her back on the stream. If we have an idea, if you guys have an idea, good thing to maybe put into the suggestion box or to talk about, you know, in the chat. But we've been looking for suggestions. We will look for suggestions, but we're not desperate to have her come back to stream right away to do more co-op or anything like that. We liked how it went, you know, for how long it did. We got the progress we needed, so the playthrough continues now with tons of reward money, and thankfully it's because of her and her input that we got that far, but not in any rush to rush back into it if no one's having fun, right? So that's what I mean. Let's look into it. Let's see. I'm sure you guys are going to know way more about co-op games than I am, you know. So that's that. Okay, so yes, Dondoko Island, we're done with it. We hit 3-star level. That's as far as we're going to go. I don't even want to go back to it myself. We got out of it what we needed. The co-op is done for now. We will be looking for future opportunities for fun co-op. We just don't know what it is yet. We have to look into it and try to figure it out. And all of your input is greatly appreciated. Okay? Fair enough? Okay, cool. So, that's where we ended last night. Now, follow-up to the Baldur's Gate issue. After the stream ends, okay, I go to upload everything. I'm like, all right, I'm going to upload part 86 of Baldur's Gate 3 again. So I do. And again, it freezes at 81%. Now, I noticed this at like midnight. Because, you know, I started uploading the videos at like 10:30. So there's no way I would have known that yet.
Okay, so Phil, what that tells me is that about the you know, you're about 81% away from the video. There's probably something wrong with the video file itself at that point in time. 81%, yes, so you're 4/5 away from the fucking video essentially. And I imagine if you try and play that video at that point in time, you know, if you fast forward it might be an issue. Who knows? It's a strange thing, but that to me tells me there's something wrong with the video. The video is corrupted. Not the whole video, of course, but at that point in time, that's when the video is corrupted.
At midnight, I was like, it's frozen again. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? What is going on with this fucking video? There's nothing wrong with it. I can watch the whole video on my PC. Why won't it upload to YouTube? And it's,
I mean, there's obviously something wrong with it. If it's fucking frozen again at the same fucking percentage point as I did last time, there's obviously an issue there. Which, you know, you're refusing to believe.
stopped exactly at 81% again. I'm like, what is going on? So now it's midnight. I don't have time to fucking do anything with this. So I reached out to one of my editors who usually checks on stuff overnight. And
oh my god, Mr. One-Man Show. It sounds like some sort of big-ass YouTuber right now. I'm reaching out to one of my editors, and I'm going to force them to fucking stay up for the fucking night instead. And fucking do it and fix this shit for me. Because I can't be asked to fucking stay up and fix it, so I'm going to make my unpaid editors fix it for me instead.
And does things like thumbnails. And I said, is there any way that you could get that video out of the live stream and somehow get it on the channel? Because if not, tomorrow I'll have to do it. But again, what am I going to do? I got to set up my own stream. I can't do it during a stream. So it's going to have to be like a random time. I have to cram it in between streams tomorrow or something to figure this out. So luckily, yes, one of my editors did do that for me. So the part 86 that you see right now that is live on DSP Gaming is because the editor cut it out with the stream. But I guess some people started complaining, oh, it doesn't look good. It looks pixelated. Listen, just be happy that it's there. All right, I don't even know what happened. I don't know why YouTube would not accept the video. It doesn't make any sense. Like every other video it accepted yesterday that I uploaded, just not part 86. It didn't like it for some reason. Is it pixelated? I don't know. I'll be honest. I didn't watch it back. Last night, before I went to sleep, I had to watch back 2 more videos for DSP Throwback and title it. So I mean, like every night, the work doesn't just end when the stream goes off. There's hours of behind the scenes work. You know, after the stream ended last night, I had to upload all that content, do the schedule. I had to make the playlist for today's react show, which took another almost 45 minutes. Then I had to try to figure out what was going on with this video. And then, before I went to sleep, then I had to friggin' watch back 2 throwback videos.
So I'm going to tell you right now, the way Phil does his fucking business is so fucking dumb. He waits until the very last fucking second and then does it all together at once. I have a video I'm planning to make. It's going to be I'm doing a video based on it's going to be a members special kind of thing. I'm going to do it every month. I'm going to post updates of me trying to basically, you know, I talk about me trying to lose weight, you know, and talk about, you know, but the first video of that will be available for everyone to watch, but the following parts will be members only. You know, the very first part will be available for everyone. That video will come out basically on the 1st of March. I did a lot of prep work for that today. I'm not gonna wait until fucking the day I plan to fucking release a video to make the fucking video. No. I can do a lot of that prep work ahead of time. I can, work on, like, what do I fucking say here? What what do I need to? What images do I need? What graphics I'm gonna use? So yeah, Phil though, in his fucking infinite wisdom, is deciding, I'm just gonna wait until the day itself. He could have been making this playlist he could have spent, let's just say it takes 5-10 minutes or so after he's done streaming every day. He checks his React channel, he checks the comments, he checks the fucking video submissions thing, the page for that, and then he adds them then and there to the playlist he's got so far. And then he can fucking come back the following day and new videos coming. Add those. Nah, feels like I'm going to wait until the day itself and then add them all. Give myself more work to do. It's just such a stupid fucking way of operating your fucking business. You got to manage your time fucking more effectively. You gave yourself so much fucking work to do, Phil, because you never bored your arse to try and stay on top of it. You let it fucking pile up and pile up and pile up, and then in the last fucking second you got to try and do it all at fucking once. You get what you fucking deserve for being such a lazy piece of shit when it comes to operating your fucking business and not managing your time effectively. This is simple shit. This is basic fucking shit, Phil. I know how to fucking this is a hobby. I do this as a hobby, remember, this fucking YouTube shit, and I know how to fucking manage my time effectively. So do most fucking people, but not Phil. Phil's like, no, I'm going to wait until the day itself, the day before. And then I'm going to add shit to the fucking playlist and sort it all out then and there. Because why the fuck plan ahead of time? Why prepare that shit ahead of time and get some of the comments and submissions and all that shit you see ahead of time, added beforehand? Let's just wait until the fucking final fucking day and then throw it all in there. Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh my dog, what's up?
Thank you very much to Logan K for a super chat, who says, isn't it ironic? 86 is a special number for Phil. Remember the hate 86 jersey? This might be the universe trying to tell him something. I thought it was 81%. I thought it froze on 81%, not 86. Was I wrong in here? I thought he said it was 81%. I'll rewind it. I'll rewind it and see if I can find it again. I could have sworn it was 81. Yeah, probably says it's 81 as well, yeah.
Not accept the video. It doesn't make any sense. Like every other video it accepted yesterday that I uploaded, just not part 86 didn't like it for some reason.
Oh, part 86. Okay, my bad, yeah. Logan, yeah, that's a great point in. It was a great point out, and I was thinking fucking percentage trees, and you were talking about the part, and yeah, that could very well be exactly the universe is sending for a message. The King of Hate, part 86, get fucked. But yeah, it may very well be, yeah. What's the old saying? God works in mysterious ways, not jazz. Who fucking knows?
Is it pixelated? I don't know. I'll be honest. I didn't watch it back. Last night, before I went to sleep, I had to watch back 2 more videos for DSP Throwback and title them. So I mean, like every night, the work doesn't just end when the stream goes off. There's hours of behind the scenes work. After the stream ended last night, I had to upload all that content, do the schedule. I had to make the playlist for today's React show, which took another almost 45 minutes. Then I had to try to figure out what was going on with this video. And then, before I went to sleep, then I had to freaking watch back 2 throwback videos to title them properly so that they can go live over the next few days. So, I'm already doing all this shit. It's like, oh my god. It's the fucking stress. It's people don't realize, they say, oh, content creation is the easiest job. Is it manual labor? No. There's zero manual labor. You could be the wimpiest wimp on the planet and be able to be content creator, right? But there's a ton of work that goes into it, a ton of time investment, a ton of mental anguish when shit goes wrong and you can't figure it out. Like, what the hell went wrong here, right? It's annoying. So, yesterday was just one of those days. It's like Baldur's Gate 3 culminating and then giving us blue balls because we can't actually see what's going on because we're out of time because the game beat around the bush too much, right? And can't get this dang video of Baldur's Gate 3 live. The damn thing won't be taken by YouTube. It keeps, stopping at 81%. The co-op doesn't go like we planned. Ends up being boring. We don't want to do it anymore. So now that's a monkey wrench thrown into our plans of something that was working well, and that's like, damn, that sucks, right? Then, again, the video won't upload. All the shit going on. Stuck doing work till like 1 in the morning. And it's like, So, the good news is, that was yesterday. Today's a different day. And that's the good thing about being a variety creator, is that I'm not stuck in a rut where every single day I'm doing exactly the same thing and then you get stressed out. I'm not. Today, it's a fresh new day. Everything I'm doing today is different, right? So that's a good thing. It's a very good thing. It makes you hit the reset button. And you come back the next day feeling new and refreshed and different and not feeling like it's back to the grind. I don't. Like, I came back to, I'm like, I don't feel like this is back to the grind today. Why? Because it's not a grind. We're doing something different today, which is fun. It's relaxing. It's interesting. I'm very excited for today's streams, quite frankly. But now we have a situation where we have a stream this week that I don't know what I'm doing because it was going to be this co-op of Dondoko Island, and I'm not doing that anymore, right? Now, next week, I think we're all right. Let's now get to the schedule segment, but here's where we need to figure out, okay? So here's the schedule for today. After this podcast ends, we're all heading over to DSP Reacts. It's my React channel for DSP versus the Internet, my weekly clip show where we watch a variety of clips that are submitted by the members. You never know what you're going to watch over there, right? It could be a variety of stuff, fun stuff, okay? Then tonight, and I'm very excited for tonight, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time on DSP Throwback. That is my throwback channel, where currently it is the original Final Fantasy 13 and Red Dead Redemption 1 playthroughs that are alternating every day, going up 30-minute chunks each day, and making those playthroughs public again. Those playthroughs were lost to the internet for some 7+ years, and now they're back, which is really awesome. So tonight, on that channel, we are doing a Retro React stream, where I am going to be watching back and doing new commentary on my original Heavy Rain run from 2010. I'm very excited for this. I really am. Like, I feel like this is going to be super fun. For those who don't know, Heavy Rain was one of my most praised playthroughs of all time. Every single part of that 50+ part playthrough has over 100,000 views. People all over the internet shared the crap out of it, and it went viral, and people were loving my playthrough because it made the game funny, and otherwise the game is kind of heavy. Again, Heavy Rain. It feels almost like Saw in a lot of places, but my commentary made it different, and people laughed at it like crazy watching it. And a lot of people have even said that was the playthrough that made me notable mainstream on YouTube as a gamer. Yes, in 2009, I was known as a gamer on YouTube for my Street Fighter stuff, but it really was the Heavy Rain playthrough that got me the more mainstream views that everyone wanted to come check out whenever I played a new game. Okay? So, I am very excited for this. Now, keep in mind, the commentary is very, very outdated, irreverent, a lot of sexual humor and stuff like that, over-the-top stuff, because that's what was popular in 2010. You were appealing to a different audience, right? Today, I don't have that audience anymore. Teens go and watch, you know, I Show Speed and freaking Aiden Ross and people like that. They're not coming to watch me play video games. But back then, that's who my audience was. So my commentary was definitely like that back then, and I think that's going to be part of the fun, is watching how different I was back then and laughing at the commentary and how silly and irreverent it was and over the top. I wasn't really afraid of anything I said offending anyone, right? Yeah, who's that? Kai Sinat or whatever? I think he's another one, right? One of these.
Why are you obsessed with who the fucking big massive YouTubers are these fucking days, Phil? They don't even... You're not even on their radar. They're too busy fucking living the fucking good life.
He's like one of the big, like 5 big gamer streamers who everyone watches now, all the teens or whatever. I don't know who that is, but I've heard about him before. So, but anyway, you get my point. Back then, that was me. So I'm excited to see how this goes. All right, tonight.
Back then, that was me. You fucking wish, Phil. You fucking wish. You were never that fucking big. You were never that fucking level of fucking huge on YouTube. It was not in that fucking scale. No goddamn way. Was Phil a prominent game YouTuber back in the fucking day? Absolutely. Was he worldwide famous cause it? Absolutely fucking not. Phil got more attention and notoriety for jerking off on cam accidentally than he ever did for playing a fucking video game.
It's gonna be very exciting on the channel. I think we're gonna have a good time. And here's the thing, because now I'm gonna tell you the schedule for the next week. I'm actually gonna be doing DSP Retro React streams 2 weeks in a row. And there's a good reason for it, okay? So let's go through the schedule. Today, DSP versus the Internet on DSP Reacts, and then tonight, it is Retro React Heavy Rain on DSP Throwback, okay? Tomorrow, it's Tekken 8, Yoshimitsu. I'm going to make a custom Yoshimitsu outfit, and then we're going to take him into ranked and actually play with him in ranked matches all day. So that's the mainstream. Tomorrow night, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, the actual game, not Dondoko Island. We're actually going back to the regular game and spending the $96,000 I just earned on everything. We're going to be doing the educational courses to level up all of my stats. We're going to be buying all the equipment to level up my guys. We're going to be doing everything we can with the money, because there's tons of things we can do with the money. I think you can do the investment of the robot mission. The guy wanted $3,000. Well, I have $96,000. We can do that now, right? So we're doing all that. And it's going to be a fun stream for sure, because we're going to have so much progress, okay? Then on Tuesday, it's going to be more Baldur's Gate 3, finally getting answers on Act 3. I can't wait, because the blue balls will be relieved, and we'll actually be able to make progress in the game. Now, here's the thing. Tuesday night, it is a random stream. I have no idea what to do, because it was going to be Dondoko Island co-op with Cat, but we're done with that. We're not doing it anymore. It's boring, okay? So what do we want to do Tuesday night? There's a couple options.
I'm guaranteeing you Tekken's an option, and I'm guaranteeing you nobody fucking wants it.
Number one, it could be an extra late night stream of Tekken 8.
God damn it, I hate being fucking right. God fucking damn it. Give me a second here. Let me just derail from this by sharing you a picture that Tacozilla made. This was a fantastic fucking picture, and I believe it deserves to be seen. So yeah, when Phil had that strange pose, which I included in the thumbnail, Tacozilla decided to have some fun with it and do some, I don't know if you want to call it Space Invaders or should we call it something different or whatever, but yeah, he had fun. He had fun with us, and yeah, obviously this as well. This was the great touch right up here. The chomping cat spewing forth some like big missiles as well. What the? Oh my god. And yeah, I'll say come up with your own names exactly. Snort. I'm seeing Snort Invaders. I'm seeing Gout Invaders. I'm seeing the Beggar from Outer Space. The Mo Wife Ship companion. What this is, the Mom Wife Ship. Oh my god. Yeah. So yeah, big ups to Tacozilla for being a very creative, creative bastard. All from this image. All from Phil holding his arms out with this. This one. This is the one he held out. This one. This was a natural image here. Him trying to explain how wide his gaming chair was. And from that, this was born. There we fucking go. So, yeah. Nice little distraction. And of course, we have autos as well if we want. If Phil gets too toxic, we have some autos on standby. If they want to ever fucking turn up again, extra fuckers on air there. They were there earlier on. There's probably one over here right now. The water's going mental over here. There's probably one right out of shot here. I'm just you fuckers get you. I am getting. They're there. I know they're there. They're just teasing. Oh bastards. We'll come back to them if we need them, and hopefully they'll be there.
And it could be Yoshimitsu, it could be me going back to trying to use Yoon, it could be anything. Yeah, I don't know. Number two, and someone actually said this in the chat, maybe it could be a random Call of Duty stream. I haven't played Call of Duty now in ages. Call of Duty had an update last week that we never played. I was originally going to do it during my Super Bowl marathon event, but it never came to...
Hey, Phil said updates, we'll have our first bingo of the game.
Burger.
5 in a row, that's concerning. Fruition, so maybe do a random late night Call of Duty multiplayer stream, just to see how the game's doing, right? Now, Apostate Cantus says Sea of Stars. I'll be honest, I don't want to do that. Why not? Because I want to play Sea of Stars again when we have time to focus on it. I don't want to do a one-off 2-hour Sea of Stars stream and then not play it again for a month. That's just going to drive me nuts and you. So I'd rather say, okay, when we have regular night openings, bring back Sea of Stars, but we're not doing that right now. I want to leave it on hold for now. Okay? So, this is what we got to figure out. What do we want to do on Tuesday night? And we have today and tomorrow to figure that out. All right? And I'm open to anything as long as it makes sense and you guys are interested and you commit that you'll show up. You know, because right now, doing an on-the-fly adjustment like that, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know who's going to show up or whatever. You know, I want to know what you think. So, give me your thoughts, and let's see what happens Tuesday night. I'm interested in what you want to see, okay? And then Wednesday, it'll be another Baldur's Gate 3 stream, and Wednesday night, more Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, and that's the streaming week. Now, I'm off on Thursday. Next week is a 5-day streaming week, not 6, a 5-day week, because I have to take my day off earlier at the end of February so I can be here on February 29th for a full launch day of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, okay? So, because it's a 5-day streaming week, here's the schedule for next week. Baldur's Gate 3 and Friday Night Fights on Friday. Baldur's Gate 3, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth on Saturday. Another full day of reacting next Sunday. So, you know what we're doing today? We're doing it exactly the same way next week. It's going to be DSP versus the Internet and another Retro React stream on DSP Throwback next Sunday night. Why? Because come March, I have to take a couple nights off to work on my tax stuff. I have to sit down. I have to have time to put all my shit together so that I can do my taxes this year. And I can't delay it further than say March. Like, it has to be done. So I'm now knowing that has to happen in early March. I'd rather do an extra Retro React stream at the end of February and then maybe bring it back like mid-March when I'm done with my tax stuff. Okay? So next weekend, we're going to have another full day of reacting. So what does that mean? It means what we're going to do tonight with Heavy Rain could help determine what we do next week. Because I think what we're going to do is another poll, and the poll will probably be like, do you want to see more Dark Souls 1? Do you want to see more Heavy Rain? Do you want to see Bully? You know, I'll probably do a poll between that, and people will vote over the week, and that'll determine the next Retro React stream for next weekend. I'm curious how Heavy Rain goes, because if it goes really well, you guys might just want to see it again next week. And 2 weeks of Heavy Rain would be pretty cool, I think. So let's see how it goes tonight and go from there. And then the next 2 days, so that'll be next Sunday, would be another whole React day. So then one of those days, Monday, would probably be Tekken 8 and Like a Dragon, and then the other day would be Baldur's Gate 3 and Like a Dragon. So if you do the math, 5 more Baldur's Gate 3 streams. So that's 15 more hours of gameplay. We will push over 100 hours before Final Fantasy VII comes out. And that's going to be great. That's going to be, getting that far into Act 3 before we put it on hiatus is excellent. Maybe we'll have like another 30, 40 hours left, and we can bring that back when we have time, or we could just do it as night streams, because again, I've tried Baldur's Gate as night streams, and it didn't work. It just didn't work. It was frustrating, and people didn't like it. So, I don't know if...
Oh, I think I know what he means, Briss. Baldur's Gate is a night stream. Let's see, where was it? Where? How long ago was Baldur's Gate as a fucking night stream? Long time ago, it feels like. Where is it? It tried as a night stream, apparently. How long ago was this? It started it here. Where's Baldur's? Has he actually tried as a night stream? I'm trying my best to find it. Am I just being blind here? Best playthroughs. Has he actually played Baldur's Gate 3 as a night stream? I don't think he has. Has he done it once? Did he do it all day? This like special day, like the 460. No, that wasn't it. Why is this not covered it then? Am I just not seeing this on here, like Baldur's Gate 3? Filter by game PM. I can just scroll, couldn't I? And it should just be there. Because it started this the very first time he started playing the game, I believe was this day, the 11th of December. There was no prior Baldur's Gate 3 stuff happening before then. So that's when he started playing it. So after this point in time here, we should be seeing it somewhere. I don't actually think he has actually played as a night stream. The alternative is he played it all day one time and, included it there, but I don't actually think he's ever played Baldur's Gate 3 as a night stream. And if somebody can prove me wrong, by all means, but I don't think he's actually done it. Anyway, fuck it, but yeah, I think Phil was just full of shit there.
We should do as night streams or not. People seem to commit to showing up on the day streams when Baldur's Gate is a day stream, but not night streams. So, I don't know. Gotta figure out what we're gonna do, how we're gonna handle that. Maybe moving forward, it'll be an alternation between Final Fantasy VII and Baldur's Gate on day streams, and the night streams will be Tekken 8 and Like a Dragon. And that's it, that's the schedule, right? Could be, that could work. And then when we get to mid-March, we reassess, Yeah. So, I hope this all sounds good to everyone. In a nutshell, Baldur's Gate 3, we're playing a ton more gameplay before Final Fantasy VII comes out. Trying to get as far as we can. We'll be firmly into Act 3, but then it's going to have to be cut back on because Final Fantasy VII will be played more than anything else. I'm that hyped for it. I know you guys probably are too. So, expect that, but also expect that we're not going to just drop Baldur's Gate 3. It's going to be alternated with the other games, okay? The co-op in Dondoko Island is done. It didn't work. After 4.5 hours, we're bored of it, but we got what we wanted out of it. Thank you to everyone who attended those streams and supported them. We're looking now for suggestions for future co-op games or other things to do on stream together that would be fun and engaging, rather than us just going through a grind to put out content, which isn't going to be fun, it's going to be boring, and it's not going to work, right? Schedule for the next couple of weeks is very busy, but it should work. We have a full React Day this week and a full React Day next week, 2 Retro React streams, which is really awesome. And I hope you'll tune into those, and we'll see how those go to determine what they're going to be 2 weeks in a row here. And all in all, not bad at all. Good stuff going on. I'm pleased with how everything's happening, and I hope you guys are too. And thank you all. I understand, with the schedule being tumultuous as it has been, it can be a little frustrating. I know a lot of people wanted to see more co-op, and it's not going to happen right now, and that's life, right? So let's play it by ear. Let's see how stuff goes. And again, I need feedback on Tuesday night. Do you want more Tekken? Do you want Call of Duty stream? Should we just do something else random? Let's think about it, and then we'll figure it out for Tuesday night. Okay? All right, guys. That's what I've got for today's show. Like I said, there's no game news or anything going on right now to really talk about. So instead, I will do a couple shout outs here. We'll see what's on everyone's mind, and we'll see where the show takes us. Do we have suggestions in the suggestion box? We do, just not a lot yet. So I don't know if it really makes sense for us to try to do the suggestion box today because we just started it yesterday. So there's probably
Phil, here's a great idea. Read off the ones that have been suggested now, okay? The ones that have been suggested already. You read them off now, and when you finish reading them off, either give it a thumbs up or put a heart, super like it or whatever. But that way you'll know you've covered it. You cover it now and get it out of the way. That way, the next time you come to it, you can deal with fresh suggestions.
like 5 suggestions in there, but we'll think about it, okay? Okay, we're gonna get the shout outs here. Here's some random questions. Have I ever played Qbert? No, actually. I know what Qbert is, but I never really played it. Tubs.
So Phil just leaned that latest super chat there, saying maybe don't go off on your top supporter. But no, actually, so that's a leaning ban right there.
Burger.
So yeah, we have leaning ban ticked off. I love how Phil's chat actually has that as a fucking is an actual fucking like emoticon emoji thing in this chat for him leaning somebody. I guess we'll see in 20 minutes time the full aftermath of that and see if Phil even mentions it.
What about a Game Pass night for fun on Tuesday night? Call of Duty streams or whatever, you're just hyper-focused on the game. Well, here's the thing. A Game Pass night. The whole point that I would do a Game Pass night, okay? Like, for example, right now, if I just were to jump into the Game Pass section of my Xbox, I can't even find it. Wait a minute, can I even find it? They changed it, didn't they? The dashboard's different now. Where is it? Oh, here it is at the top of the screen now. I didn't even know where it was. If I were to jump here into the Game Pass section of my Xbox, right? This is cool, because you look around, you're like, oh, what's available? Anything new? A little to the left. What the hell is that? I have no idea. Played Up. Bloodstained, Ritual of the Night. I know what that is. That was the spiritual successor to Castlevania that came out many years ago, right? They actually added Resident Evil 3 on there, which is a remake, by the way. You know, Madden and other stuff. And you look at games that are coming to Game Pass. Lightyear Frontier, game preview. The MLB The Show. When is MLB The Show coming out? Because someone asked me about that. March 19th. Oh my god, it's coming out in like 3 weeks. Euden Chronicle 100 Heroes. Is this not supposedly the spiritual successor to Suikoden? Euden Chronicle? That's what I heard. Like, these games are very similar to what Suikoden used to be. But I've never played one. Then again, it's another JRPG, and I'm pretty sure you guys don't want to see that. And then the other one is Hellblade 2 Senua's Sacrifice, which we know is coming out in May, right? But anyway, not Senua's Sacrifice, Senua's Saga. But anyway, the point I'm making here is, why would we be doing a Game Pass night like this, where I look around and maybe I download a few games and try them? Well, because I'm probably looking for a new game to play, right? Well, guess what I'm not doing? Looking for a new game to play. I'm already got more than enough games on my plate. I literally cannot take another game right now. We've got to get as far as we can in Baldur's Gate 3 and Like a Dragon before Final Fantasy comes out. When Final Fantasy comes out, I'll be playing the crap out of that and still trying to balance the others. Oh, by the way, in mid-March, we've got Rise of the Ronin and Dragon's Dogma 2 coming out, plus if I decide to do anything else. So we've got a full buffet of games to eat. I don't need to go to get more courses. You see, I like the idea of a Game Pass night, except it would be like a waste of a night. What's the point of looking at...
I love how Phil's using that food analogy, and the bingo background image we've got is literally fucking a whole bunch of food surrounding Phil.
All these games and saying, oh, I'm interested in these.
And money as well, to be fair, there's money as well in that bingo background, but the food's in the air, and the dent heads are holding up money.
We can't play them, right? If you remember, that actually happened about a year or two ago. We had a Game Pass, like very similar situation, and I marked off all these games. Remember there was the game that kind of looked like Doom? I was like, oh, that's interesting. We marked off like 5-6 games. Guess how many of those games I ended up playing? None. Like, I literally played 0 because I was so busy with all the new releases, and then we never played any of those games. A lot of those games ended up being removed from Game Pass. So, it's kind of disappointing in that regard, you know? I mean, I already have games on the back burner like Sea of Stars and stuff, so I really don't have, you know... I don't see the purpose in doing a Game Pass night right now. Maybe I'm wrong and you can convince me otherwise, but that's my take, okay? See, and Tubs says, well then, who's saying we need to finish a Game Pass game? It's about hanging out. Well, if that's the case, we'll just do a hangout stream. Like, literally, we could do a Tuesday night hangout where we just hang out for 2 hours and we talk, we shoot the shit. We don't have to...
But they want you to play a game, Phil. Because it's just you there just waiting for questions. It's kind of boring.
Do Game Pass, we could just hang out. I'm okay with that. If people just want to hang out and do whatever for 2 hours on Tuesday night, just a time killer hangout stream, casual stream, I'm totally okay with that.
Phil, there is nothing wrong with opening a game randomly and playing the game randomly and just fucking chilling with your audience while seeing what a fucking game is like randomly. There's nothing wrong with that, Phil. You don't have to, like, people won't expect you to fucking complete it, you know? Get a little taste for it, you know? If you like it, then cool, maybe come back to it at a later date. If not, then fuck it, you know? But, oh, for God's sake, for God's sake. Just...
Anybody care what this guy thinks?
No!
Fuck it all.
So that's a possibility for Tuesday then as well. So right now the 3 possibilities for Tuesday: Tekken 8, Call of Duty, Hangout stream. How does that sound? There you go. Okay, let's get the shout-outs. We start off with Only Iced Infinite, re-upping their membership for 24 months. Says happy 2 years. Philip. I don't know who Philip is. You even spelled my name wrong. You put 2 L's and my name only has 1 L. But thank you, Only Iced Infinite, for 2 years of support.
These fuckers call themselves fans. Can you imagine Phil's biggest fucking supporters and biggest whales? Why is he a big massive fucking whale? And he doesn't know how to spell Philip's name. Philip's name only has one L. Philip.
Very much appreciate that. Okay? Cool. And that's it. Now, I will say this, okay?
And that's it. He's like, I'm gonna do all my shout outs. Has one quick shout out, and then he's like, and that's it. We're about to get the begment, ladies and gentlemen. Prepare yourselves for the hardest of beggins.
Right now, when it comes to support of my streams, and again, yes, I know all guys talking about support. I promise you this will not be a long segment. Right now, support on my streams has been consistently good. Tips have actually been great. Okay? But where I'm suffering is everything else. Number one.
Phil, you asked for that though. You told your audience that you fucking would rather have tips more than anything else right now. When the month started, and you ran out of time to get all that January contributions to fucking get the February payday money, you told your audience at the start of the month that you would fucking prefer tips right about now. So your audience have responded in kind, and have actually fucking given you like massive tip support. You have received like, in the last month or so, you've probably received about $5,000 in tips. It's probably close to $5,000. In fact, we can check. Thanks to the fucking good old tips tracker. This is not counting stream last. So last night's stream, Phil had. Hold on a second. Let's go to GameFace Gaming. We can add our own math to it, you know, at the end. $80 on the night stream. The day stream had 160. Yeah, so there goes $240 altogether for Phil from last night. We can add on 240 to the total here. So since Phil's last payday from the 21st of January, okay, since then, Phil has been given 3,600. So yeah, it's about $4,000 since his last payday. So the tip support for Phil since his last payday from YouTube is, we're adding the 240 on as well, which is like, so it's $3,900. $3,900 in tips alone. There, and also on top of that, you've got the Patreon money, which is what, another fucking 102. How much does he fucking get for Patreon? This is like the old figures, I think, you know, from last year. Do you know what he gets this year? I don't even know. Patreon appears to be like 350 odd bucks. So that's taking Phil over the 4,000 mark straight away. So, and then so there you go. You're talking about $4,200 or thereabouts. That's what you just see in the space of a month. Since the 21st of January, 22nd January, he's received that. And it's not enough for him though, apparently. It never fucking ends. The begging never ends. The grind never ends, for fuck's sake. Dark Angel Stormer, an interesting comment there. Spoke to someone on YouTube about DSP lying about getting no money from these so-called fake gifted memberships, and YouTube are really going to look into this as it breaks their TOS. Phil has implied heavily multiple times that he doesn't get a single penny from it. That he's losing money from it, which is wrong, you know. Phil does get money, but it's not as much money as he would like. It's like, put it this way, it's kind of like people complaining about fucking getting, you know, super chats from certain countries. Like, oh, you know, Australia, oh, wait a second, that's the Australian dollar's not that strong, or like the Canadian dollar, wait a second, that's not that strong either. It's like complaining about people's like fucking own currencies. That's what Phil's doing here with Argentinian currency. He's complaining about their money not being as worth much to him as the mighty American dollar, and he's pissed off about that. And it's like, how's that YouTube's fault? That they don't control the fucking global economy. But yeah, but Phil has implied to his audience several times that he's not made a single fucking penny from these memberships, and he's gone as far to call them all fucking fake and all that shit, and they're not worth anything, they don't mean anything, which is a dangerous thing to imply, because it's, for one thing, is we know it's not fucking true. Phil has received a whole bunch of, Phil's probably received about $100 from the gifted memberships in total. He was hoping for thousands, but it's probably more like $100 overall, at least. Which is still a good amount of money for most people.
On memberships, I'm not seeing many or any membership renewals any day now. Like, for example, Only Iced Infinite just did a membership renewal, right? It used to be any given day I'd have 10, 20 membership renewals over the course of the day to shout out. I'm seeing none now. Like zero. So what happened there? Is it that everyone got the free membership? And therefore, like, everyone's just expecting they're just going to get another free one.
Yeah, Phil, that's how they've been. So, when you massively encourage huge fucking member bombs, that is generally what tends to happen. Why the fuck should anyone part with their money when they can just wait for some kind soul to come along and get them a membership instead? This is what you've trained your audience to fucking do, Phil. Even Derek, that fucking creepy little bastard, knows to fucking just wait, and if he waits long enough, he'll be gifted a membership.
I don't know. I don't really know if that's what's going on or not. I can tell you, we're shutting them down. When these people are coming now to the stream and trying to do those fake member bombs, we're shutting it down immediately. So, like last night, someone tried one on the stream. They got 2 in. They tried a 50 member bomb. Only 2 came in. And then we banned them. And that was the end of that. So, we're going to continue to do that. We're not just going to let people abuse the channel and abuse YouTube. We figured out how to shut it down in process. So when we see it, we immediately stop it. Okay? So those are not going to continue. No one's supposed to be just getting free content that's supposed to be paid for subscription content because someone broke the system. Okay? So yeah, we're working on it. All right? It's a work in progress. You know,
Isn't that precisely what fucking free members and gifted members are all about? Because anyone that receives a gifted membership is getting that themselves for free because someone else gave them the membership. Someone else paid money to get that membership. Whether it's fucking like 500 Argentinian pesos or, you know, $4 American, somebody still paid their money for that membership for someone else to receive. So your logic makes no sense here, Phil.
the more often that we figure out we're quick to the draw to shut it down, it's gonna be better. But yeah, it's a little frustrating what happened, right? So number one, memberships, I'm seeing almost none, right? And it sucks because I used to have a ton. I mean, any given month, I would have between 500 to 800 consistent memberships on this channel. And now it's like everyone got one for free, thousands of people. So now I have no memberships at all coming in, and it's tons of lost revenue. In addition, I'll tell you, I've noticed super chats are way down this month too. And is that a result that people just got so many free gifted memberships, they see it and they just think, oh, the channel's doing well, when in reality it's the opposite? I don't know. The thing is, tips are great. Like, tips have been really good this month. So I'm not complaining in that regard. I'm just saying, like, it sucks because I used to have this balance. You'd have the YouTube side stuff going on plus daily tips, and now it's just like, I just have tips. And it sucks. I'm taking a big hit. So I'm hoping that things will pick up. It very well could be that the games are boring to people, you know? I've noticed with Baldur's Gate 3, we're getting way less people. People aren't really watching the videos on demand that often. Tekken 8, as I've already explained many times, it's not catching on. Street Fighter 6 did, and people were invested. It doesn't seem like many people are invested in my Tekken 8 stuff, despite the fact I'm getting better and learning multiple characters. People just don't seem to be that into it, okay? Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, I didn't expect that much from the game, to be honest. Like, I thought that would be the late night chill stream game, so I'm okay with that. The problem is that it also seems to happen with all the other games now, too. So what's it going to take? Is it going to be that when Final Fantasy VII comes out, things pick up? Maybe. And if that's the case, certainly I'd be happy because that's my most hyped game of the year right now, right? So I guess we'll see what happens and go from there. But that's really the state of things, is that support overall has been good. Tips are great, but everything else has really floundered this month. And I'm halfway through the month and I don't know how to fix that. You know, like, how do you fix something that, I mean, everyone's saying they like the content. I'm listening. We're doing stuff you guys want. I can't really do much else, right? I'm already, like I said, like yesterday was a very stressful day for me. I was like working crazy amounts and you know, kind of stressed out to my wits' end with all the technical shit going on and everything. I'm like, oh my god.
And now you're trying to make your audience feel guilty because you put in a little bit of effort? Fuck off, Phil. It shouldn't be about that. It should never be about trying to fucking guilt trip your audience into fucking giving you $1 because you fucking put in a little bit more effort than usual. If the audience are entertained and want to give you their fucking money, they'll fucking do it. It's as simple as that. It's like, you can't, well, I was going to say you can't really fucking force it, but Phil has found a way to sometimes force it from his absolute dumbass dent heads when he's outright telling them, guys, give me money now. Remember the closet stream? Phil fucking done a stream clean at his fucking closet and somehow got $600 fucking dollars for that fucking nonsense. His fans are a special sort of fucking breed. But for fuck's sake though, it's just nobody wants to fucking hear this, Phil. Nobody deserves to fucking hear this. This is your private, personal fucking business. This is nobody's fucking business. This is nobody needs to know this. You doing this, Phil, invites criticism and invites detractors to fucking scrutinise your spending. You tell your audience one thing, it's like, oh my god, what's up? Oh my god, it drives me mad. It drives me fucking mad. Thank you very much to Mastodon the Pizza Slicer, who says he wants everyone's money. It's not that if you give a lot, everyone must give everything. He's a black hole of greed, and he's close to imploding. Not just that, remember this shit. So, as I said, TJ Gamebox. Good old TJ, where's TJ? There he is there. Yeah, remember, this is on top of Phil spending at least $1,228. Here he is crying on his fucking streams, whining about how his support has fucking slowed down on the YouTube side of things. Meanwhile, he is spending 4 figures on a weekend WWE Champions event. Again. It defies all logic. It really does. It defies all fucking logic. And yeah, here's JG Anno pointing out something very clearly. 4 streams of Baldur's Gate 3 this stream week. Gotta milk that one person before he tries to send it back to Banworld again. This is exactly what's happening. Phil threatens a fucking game. Phil knows. People know Phil doesn't like the game too much. He's frustrated with the game. You know, it plays very difficult for him. He doesn't know where to stand the mechanics of the game that well. He is struggling. And most other times he would quit that fucking shit. But one whale essentially seems to be fucking keeping that shit afloat to prevent Phil from wage quitting the goddamn game. For fuck's sake, it really does defy logic. And he's still spending this money that he claims he doesn't have his fucking money, and here he is fucking blowing 4 figures on WWE Champions. It's insane. It is sheer insanity. For God's sake. I don't know. I can't understand it. I'm just gonna spam the random Scottish soundboard button.
And she's a big fucking bitch!
I'll do it nicely.
So anyway, that's what's going on with that. Alright, so now let's get to tip shoutouts, shall we? The first tip of the day is a $2 tip. Does Cat like Mario Kart? You know, I know for a fact she has played Mario Kart over the years. Okay, this is an anonymous tip, by the way. And I know that from time to time she's played it on various platforms. You know, I think she had told me that she had it either on N64 or GameCube. I think she said GameCube. And then she actually had played that mobile Mario Kart a little bit when it came out a few years ago.
But
is she actively playing it, or is she interested in it now? No. So, to answer the question, was she at one time interested in it and play it? Yes. Does she play it now? No. She hasn't played one in many years, so.
Would she like to play it with you on stream? It's a good question to ask her.
Okay. We received a $2 tip from Kirk. Good afternoon. I have a problem. I buy boxers and briefs, bulls right up my crotch. Do you have any solutions?
This is Canadian Kirk, the openly racist contributor to Phil's streams. And yeah, Phil refuses to ban him. Phil refuses to even ban him from contributing money. Like, if I had somebody I didn't want as part of my content, I would block them on PayPal. I've done that before. With somebody I suspected was acting with malicious intent, you can do it in PayPal. You can stop that email address from sending you funds. So I literally done it before when I had the one time I had somebody who I suspected of like troll tipping me because I got £80 in tips or something. Yeah, I banned that person on PayPal from contributing to me again because I just didn't fucking trust the source. Could Phil do that? Yes. Will he do that? No. He's very happy to have a racist constantly fucking be a part of his fucking content. If you're Argentinian, no, you get banned immediately.
What kind of boxers are you buying? Because the whole idea of real boxer shorts, not boxer briefs. Boxer briefs are just as bad as regular briefs. But regular boxer shorts are meant to be loose. So how are boxers getting shoved up your butt crack unless you basically are wearing tight pants? Right? If you're wearing loose pants and you're wearing real boxers under the pants, there's no way that those could go up your ass crack. So, I mean, unless you're like Steve Urkel and you have your pants up to your nipples with suspenders, pulling them up, I mean, then nothing's gonna help you, right? But I can't imagine like why this would be happening to you. Essentially, for me to help you, I need supplemental information. So let's send me some supplemental information. We'll try to figure this out. Okay. Anyway.
Give me another fucking tip so I can fucking keep milking your sorry racist ass for as much money as possible. Oh my god, Phil.
Continuing on. I received a $25 tip from 1 Minute Man. And yeah, he's talking about Baldur's Gate 3. Let's see what he has to say, but let's get him on the leaderboard first. Okay. Let's also play his animation.
Shut the fuck up!
Fuck you, Phil.
Cool. Okay. He says, it may surprise you that I mentioned this. I've noticed that in Baldur's Gate 3 combat, you always complain, rightfully so, over teams' limited movement, limited range of movement. One of the reasons is that you neglected the athlete ability. You're doing fine with spells, persuasion, charisma, sleight of hand, but agility not so much. That's the corner you have painted yourself into. It's not the game. No, it's the game. Because the game made the system like that, not me. I didn't code the game. Right? Yeah. Well, I'll compare this to, I'll give you a perfect comparison. Okay? Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3. Out of those 3 games, one of the 3 is universally panned because of a certain system that everyone hates. The other 2 don't have the problem. Okay? Does anyone know what I'm talking about? In the original Dark Souls trilogy, one of the games is universally criticized for having a bad mechanic that everyone hates. And it's very frustrating, and it was removed for Dark Souls 3. It wasn't in Dark Souls 1, it was added to Dark Souls 2, and then it was removed for Dark Souls 3. Thank you very much, SAS just figured it out. ADP! Now, what does that mean? Is it adaptability or something like that, what it stands for? There is a mechanic in Dark Souls 2 that's a stat that you have to upgrade in order to roll. To roll. The critical thing you need to do to survive in any action game, a dodge. You actually have to waste time leveling up that stat to just dodge. That's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard, right? It's dumb as shit. And it shouldn't be in there. In Dark Souls 1, you can roll. In Dark Souls 3, you can roll. In Sekiro, you can dodge. In Bloodborne, you can dodge. The only game you can't do it unless you waste time leveling it is Dark Souls 2. Okay? Now, I definitely understand that a lot of people are going to say, well, this isn't a fair comparison. Well, in my mind, it is. In Baldur's Gate 3, everyone moves like a slug. Unless, for example, like Karlach, for some reason, has this amazing ability to go insanely long with movement every single turn. And that makes her one of the best, you know, melee fighters. There's ways around it. Like, for example, Astarion is great at range, so you don't need the movement. He can basically just get to a range of any enemy and just snipe the crap out of them, right? The idea with a sorcerer is that they should have great range with their spells, and therefore that doesn't matter, okay? But the problem here is, you're a bunch of adventurers. You're all out there surviving against insurmountable odds. You're all supposed to be badasses, but you can't walk more than 2 feet? On what fucking universe? Oh, the D&D universe. Well, then the D&D universe is outdated and annoying. Because we're trying to play a video game. This is not real life, where you get exhausted if you walk down the street because you're not physically fit. This is a video game.
Why does Phil never have these complaints and issues for every single turn-based game on the fucking planet? When he's playing like South Park Stick of Truth, that's basically the same kind of thing where you fucking wait a turn, you have an attack, then they have an attack. That doesn't happen in real life. You just have fucking 2 sides trying to batter fuck each other until one side wins. It's... Phil, what, oh my god. This hurts my soul.
Fantasy. Your character should actually have some level of, like, fucking wind so they can walk longer than fucking 3 meters before they stub their toe and fall over, right? That's the whole point. It's fantasy, not reality. But they're going for this hyper statistic-based game where it's like, I should be focusing, I'm a sorcerer, what should I be focusing on? My spell casting abilities, buffing those abilities, getting better spells, better levels on the spells, things to buff the spells. I shouldn't be worrying about, oh, my guy's a sissy ninny who can't walk 4 feet. Now,
careful, Phil. Careful with those slurs you're using there. Some people might take offense to that on YouTube.
I have to put a bunch of points into my fucking, my athletic skill. You're a sorcerer. You shouldn't have to be athletic. You should literally hover above and fly anywhere you fucking want because you're a sorcerer, right? You're a fucking melee fighter. You're supposed to be the best tanking fighter in the game, like Lae'zel. But she can't go too far. She's exhausted. She's carrying a sword that's bigger than her fucking body, right? She can attack 17 times in a row and behead multiple people in a turn, but she can't walk more than 3 meters. It's too tough. Too hard for her. Above her pay grade. It doesn't make any sense because the game's based on these confining statistics that make it less fun. If you like a universe where everything is confined by statistics, okay, this is definitely the game for you. But at some point, as gamers, we have to realize that actually the confines of this makes it not as fun, right? This would seriously be way more fun if it would be a little bit less strict and a little bit more loose and a little bit more, hey, let's just enjoy it, rather than, uh-oh, it's a fight, new enemy type, here's the new stat that you have to now learn, and they have this new ability that you didn't know about, and now half your things don't work in this fight, and by the way, your limited movement, oh, you can't see, oh, by the way, the earth is rotating slightly more fast today, so because of that, all of your ranged abilities curve to the left, so be sure to calculate the wind velocity so that everything will hit properly, and by the way, just so you know, Karlak ate a bad bean burrito for breakfast, so she's gonna be shitting half the time, and she misses half her turns. Okay, go, fight.
Anybody care what this guy thinks?
No! What? That's Baldur's Gate 3, man.
Bruh.
I don't know. Again, for some people are, oh, I love that. I absolutely love that. For me, it's like, I'll tolerate it, but I'm gonna criticize it. And I have a right to criticize it and say I don't like that, right? No, I'm 87 hours into this game. My character should walk further than 3 steps. I don't care if you're the most decrepit idiot. You're an adventurer at this point. You should have figured something out. Now I had to waste time sinking points into a stat that's meaningless just to walk a little further. Just like in Dark Souls 2. No one should have to waste statistic points, leveling points, to roll. It's a fucking action game. If you can't roll, you might as well not play it. But that's how they built it, and everyone hates it, right? It's the same thing here, man. But again, for some reason, people who are totally into the whole simming art role-playing, I guess you're just so used to it, right? I'm sure it's the same in real D&D. Right? And to me, that's like, that would drive me nuts. No wonder you got D&D games that have been running for 20 years. It probably took them 5 years to be able to walk down the street. Holy shit, man. All right. Anyway, I appreciate your input, 1 minute, man. And again, if people have recommendations on how to improve my party, I'm all ears. Every time I level up, I ask the stream, what should I do? Literally, no one has said, oh, put some points into your athletics so you can walk further. No one said that. Everyone's like, put it into your stat, man. Put it into your main stat.
Someone fucking said it now, Phil, so maybe you should fucking listen to what is basically your biggest fucking contributor.
Main stat to level 20. Oh, now here's a really cool ability that emphasizes the strengths of this class. Use that, right? Dual class your Asterion to be a ranger and this and rogue, and then do this. No one said, oh, put some points into movement. No one said that at all. So, again, you guys know more than me. Everyone is yelling in the chat, long strider. Okay, I don't even know what that means. But okay, long strider, if you say so. Well, maybe we'll look into that. Keep in mind, sadly, I just hit level 9, so we're probably not hitting level 10 for a while. So there you go. Long Strider is a ritual spell that will fix the problem. Now wait, are you saying that Long Strider is a spell that lets people walk further? Let me get this straight. In order to walk, you need to use a magic spell.
I'm sorry, Jade, but it's a fantasy game. Doesn't work in real life.
All right. All right, everyone. We got our posse.
Was that too dark? Was that a bit too dark? I'm gonna sorry. I'm saying sorry. I'm saying sorry.
Our crack team of adventurers together. We've got the rogue who's gonna pick every lock and snipe everyone from a distance from the shadows. We've got the unstoppable warrior who will chop everyone's heads off and get 10 turns in a row. We've got the ultra powerful sorcerer who will cast rains of magic and just destroy everyone. And we've got, I don't know, the healer, right? The cleric who will, you know, use holy magic. By the way, so let's start going. Oh, hold on, our legs are frozen. Oh, that's right. Legs move, Alakazabra. Oh, okay, now we can walk, everyone. Let's go. What the fuck, man? Do you not see how silly this is? Do you not see how silly this shit is? The confines of this style of game. We're the most badass team of adventurers you've ever seen, but we have to magically cast a spell on our legs to get them to work. Like, what the fuck? Are you all Professor X? It's a team of Professor X's. They're all stuck. They did. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh no. Anyway. I received a $2 tip here. Hold on. From Kirk. Sorry for a stupid question. I'm going to go opposite George until everyone stops copying me. I don't know what that means either. Thanks for the $2 tip, Kirk. I still don't know what that means. All right. Oh my god.
Fuck you, Phil.
Fuck you, Phil.
Nope.
My mind has been addled. The mind flare has addled my brain this morning. Right?
Is there nothing on the internet that I won't masturbate to?
Not gonna lie, I was kind of hoping that would be a random Scottish fuck, shut the fuck up. Didn't expect it to be that again. Let me try it one more time.
Welcome to Operation Mindfuck!
Close enough.
I don't like the game. Listen, Baldur's Gate 3 has a great narrative, okay? I like the narrative. I do like how each character is seeming to have their own story that's getting fleshed out. It's a little annoying that they're almost all the same story. Like, Astarion is someone's slave. Shadowheart was inadvertently someone's slave. Gale is someone's slave. Karlach was working for a demon and was their slave. Now she's not their slave anymore, but now she might die because of the thing that was put into her chest when she was a slave. Will, literally the slave of a demon. I mean, every single fucking character has almost the same story, right? But at the same time, the lore of the universe is very interesting, right? To see all these different things that have come together. And again, I don't even know if these are D&D or if this is like just for the Baldur's Gate franchise, but I like that, okay? And listen, when the combat is streamlined and works, and I'm feeling the flow of combat, and I feel comfortable, I like it a lot. The problem is a lot of the time that doesn't happen because they're always trying to throw you a curveball. And at some point, I don't think they realize that a lot of gamers don't want curveballs constantly. They just want to feel, I got in my groove of the game, let's enjoy it, right? But the thing is, a lot of people don't understand that Earth and life on Earth is not black and white. It's not, this is the best game ever, or this is the worst game ever. There's a between. There's many things about Baldur's Gate 3 I'm really enjoying. There's quite a few that annoy me. So for me, it ends up a balance. I'll tell you, yes, the balance tips a lot more towards the positive. Like, I do like the game more often than I dislike it. But when I dislike it, it drives me nuts. It's like really annoying shit that gets to me. And I have the right to be vocal about that because I'm someone who's an outsider to that franchise. I'm someone who has never played a style of game like this before. Arguably, you can say, well, what about Divinity 2? You're right. But then again, this is definitely more advanced than Divinity 2. Man, the story is crazy but different. So basically, you have to understand, this is my opportunity to voice my honest thoughts about the game as I've been learning about it since December. Remember, this has been 2 months that I've been playing this game pretty much nonstop and trying to learn and trying to absorb lore and trying to become a part of that universe so that I can like the game as much as you guys have and try to understand why people would say why it was Game of the Year. I get it, but at the same time, I don't agree. I do feel the game has enough shortcomings. I probably would not have named this my Game of the Year last year, regardless of the fact that so many others did. I do think I got more enjoyment out of other games. Still a great game, still having a great time with it. I can't wait to see where the plot goes. Man, let me tell you something. If you want to see me destroy a game, if we fucking get like 150 hours in and we beat it and the ending sucks, I'm going to lose my shit. All right? Because to invest that much time into a game and have the ending be terrible, I'm going to flip my lid. And I don't want to flip my lid. I'm hoping they actually have a good ending to the game. There's too many games these days that you invest too much time and the ending is terrible. So I certainly hope the ending of this game is good. After all this investment and all this this effort put into it, I really hope that the ending is good. Okay? So I'd be happy, you know, if it feels like the journey was really the work and then the reward comes at the end. I hate this. Oh, the journey was the reward. Go fuck yourself. No, the journey was not the reward. I suffered through hardship, challenge, and you know, great disparity and you know, opposition to get through that and get to an ending. Not, oh, the game was your ending. No, it wasn't. Fuck you. Write an ending. So I hope that this game has an ending. Okay. Okay, and by the way, I've had enough. Goodbye. Okay, I received a very generous $30 tip from Dan the Man. Thank you, Dan the Man. Very nice of you this morning. I appreciate that. Thank you very much for your support this morning, Dan. Keep in mind that these carry over to the React show. Crap. Can't type. No, but honestly, isn't that a lot of the appeal of me playing Baldur's Gate is that I was not someone who was into the lore, was into the gameplay mechanics or anything, and to see someone like me play it for the first time and truly get immersed and enjoy it and learn, isn't that part of it? And then to hear my honest criticisms of it, whether you agree with them or not, you know, at least to hear an honest outsider's perspective, I think a lot of people are saying that was the appeal of me playing the game to begin with. If I was just another one of these butt kissers, sitting here and literally kissing the game's ass every moment, it's the best game ever, have sex with bears, and, you know, everyone's fucking blowing each other in camp and shit, then I don't think it would be as interesting as a perspective. To get someone else's perspective who's not already immersed in that, right? I think that that's more interesting. Like, for example, what my wife has and I have been doing is we'll wait, you know, a bit after I play or we play a game, and then we'll actually watch someone else play it. And then it's enjoyable to us to see another perspective. Someone else who's played the game that we liked, but then to see their take on it that's different from ours. Like, we get value out of that. It looks like the camera is aimed. Yeah, I just realized the camera was aimed way too high, and I'm like... Or way too... Yeah, it was way too high. It was, like, high up, so I was like, why am I only on, like, the bottom half of the screen? That was weird. I guess I must have hit it. Anyway. So, that's true. Baldum says, you know what it is? It's the room, because now I don't have the giant pop guard. So not having this pop guard just throws everything off and makes it look different. You're absolutely right. It does, right? This pop guard works just as well, and it's so small that it throws everything off on camera. I agree with you there. Anyway, so I hope that you guys are enjoying Baldur's Gate 3 and my honest takes on it. So, Kathleen, I will see you later on DSP Throwback. Sounds good. Now the A key on your laptop is not working, Derek. That's not good. How old is your laptop? You gotta get one of those, you gotta get one of those cleaners, right? One of those, keyboard cleaner things that you can spray between. Or one of those, they have the sticky thing now, right?
I have a feeling that Derek's keyboard is already extremely sticky enough as it is.
It's like a sticky stuff, and you just push it down on top, and it gets all the shit out from between all the keys, and it's disgusting, the stuff that could come out of there, right? All the years of dust and skin and shit. It's nasty. I need to clean my keyboard. I got shit stuck to it, too. It's all dust. There's a ton of dust and dirt. Ugh. Yuck. I gotta get, like, a cleaner and a paper towel and wipe this thing down. It's nasty at this point.
Bruh.
Tito Man says, I got an Xbox Series X. The battery rechargeable pack that I have is awesome and a lifesaver. You don't want to be pumping AA's into that thing. Xbox Series X controller will last you a few days, like I'd say probably like 4 or 5 days, and then the batteries die. So in an average month, you'll be spending like 10 or more batteries in that thing. That's a lot of money. Getting the rechargeable pack is definitely worth it. Now I just use a really long USB cable. I bought a few really long USB cables, and I just like doing that. I don't have to worry about batteries at all. But if you can't, if you want to use it wirelessly, I definitely recommend battery packs. Jade, I'll see you tomorrow. Yes, Yoshimitsu and Tekken. I will see you there. Radical Jaws, you're here. He said, did I accidentally get banned? My messages are being denied. No, you're here. We just saw your message, Radical Jaws. Don't know what's going on. You have a MacBook Pro? Holy crap. Well, you got an expensive computer then, Derek. Holy shit. Euphoric Joker says, you dodged a bullet with Suicide Squad. It's one of the most disgraceful and disrespectful games in the history of gaming. I didn't want to play it regardless. I don't like Suicide Squad, right? I don't like co-op looter-shooter style games. It was like everything about the game is not what I want out of a game. I don't know if I've ever seen a game studio go from exactly what gamers want to the opposite of what they want in as quick of a transition as what happened with Rocksteady. It was like, for 3 games, they were 100% in tune with the gaming universe. And then someone said, let's not listen to anyone and just do whatever we want and make something that's a dog turd. Okay, enjoy your dog turd. Doesn't matter how much you polish it up. It's a bad subject matter. It's gameplay no one wants. It's a dog turd. It doesn't matter if you have great cutscenes and character development if it's still a turd. It still smells, right? So I don't understand what they were thinking there. Go from the top to the bottom. Playcool says the founders of Rocksteady left the studio at the end of 2022 for good reason, I feel. Very much, maybe that's what it is. Maybe they felt the ship was just going too much in the wrong direction and they lost control and they just wanted to get the hell out of there because, yikes, this game is something else. Agent Coop, that Mario vs. DK game, if you're not aware, is not a new game. It's very old. That Mario vs. DK game came out in like the early to mid-2000s. It was a Game Boy Advance game. The new version has improved graphics and new levels, but it's not like a modernized game. That's a game if you like hooked on puzzle gameplay. I don't think that's something that we would want to do. Honestly, like I'm not interested in it at all. Radical Jaw says, I feel like people were a bit too harsh on Gotham Knights. Well, see, here's the thing. Gotham Knights comes out, right? And you have no frame of reference besides the original Arkham Trilogy. So immediately people compare it to the Arkham Trilogy and say, oh, it's worse, so it sucks. But now that Suicide Squad is out, all of a sudden people are like, oh, I understand, right? Like, so this was the competition, this is what we were waiting for, and it's far worse, so now all of a sudden Gotham Knights looks better, right? That's funny, because a lot of times in life, all you need is a correct frame of reference and a perspective or a comparison, and now...
Yeah, for example, Liana was probably a better soulmate for you than Kat.
People are realizing Gotham Knights was not a bad game, it just ran bad. Like, the gameplay elements are sound. Each character plays differently and has their own unique story and character, which is nice.
Hey, Phil said unique, finally. Here we go.
Burger.
5 in a row. That's concerning.
We are 4 away from a full house, but technically it's free because we've had the Snorts free space. We are 7 more Snorts away from a second free space.
There's cool side quests with the villains of Batman, like Clayface having his own plotline and stuff like that is really neat.
I'm going 1.5. I forgot I slowed it down to 1.25 because he's going to talk about a fucking disaster team from around. I forgot it was 1.25. Let's cook. 1.5.
But the game doesn't run that well. It's choppy in parts, the graphics are not so good, and I feel like simply the graphical thing was the scapegoat for people to dump on it, saying that it wasn't good. No, the game is good. Now, you could tell, originally they were going for more of a games as a service model, and they did change that on the fly, but I feel like they did it in a good way. Like, the game is still well done, and it does feel like a game that could take place in the Batman Arkham universe, even though I guess they're saying it's not canon that it is, but it definitely could. But yeah, like, now the Suicide Squad is out, I think a lot of people who maybe skipped Gotham Knights are going back and starting to appreciate it and saying, oh shit, we probably shouldn't have panned and slammed this game before trying it because it actually isn't half bad, right? I liked the game. I played it and actually really enjoyed it. Blake Cool says, just like the original Call of Duties, some of these the second tier studios end up performing better than your supposed original best studios. Yeah, I mean, you're right. When you look at Call of Duty, Infinity Ward used to be tippity top. And then after a while, you can argue that Treyarch started making better than Infinity Ward, right? I don't know about Sledgehammer. I don't know if Sledgehammer ever did good, but
I always kind of like those kind of stories where like a fucking B kind of studio does better than the A studio. Like the best example I can think of that, and it's not a gaming example, it's a film example. Disney were making like 2 movies in the same year, and all the A team animators were working on fucking Pocahontas, and the B team were working on The Lion King, and The Lion King is by far the far more memorable fucking movie. The B team crushed it. That was like, that movie was like legendary fucking Lion King. But that's why I love it when those kind of stories happen, where it's like, oh, we'll give the lesser team, the B team, we'll give them this lesser movie, and it turns into this big massive fucking thing.
definitely some of the Black Ops games were far better than what Infinity Ward was pumping out, right? So there you go. Toasty says, just like how people started talking about Cyberpunk after seeing how bad Starfield was. I don't know if that's the case. I think people were talking about Cyberpunk anyway, right? I really think that, like, when Cyberpunk updated and did all those patches and things, people were already hyped for Cyberpunk. I don't necessarily think that Starfield being bad boosted Cyberpunk's popularity or anything like that. Ah! It's in my eye.
It's a finger.
A 16-inch MacBook Pro for 2019. Man, I wonder what it cost 4 or 5 years ago. Probably still insane. It's fucking Apple shit, dude. It's too expensive. Like I said, when I start upgrading my stuff, I'm definitely gonna. I'm leaving Apple. I can't be keeping Apple when the prices are exorbitant and they're not really keeping up even with what people want or the technology. Stupid. I'm definitely gonna jump in line with what everyone else has at this point. Tito Mancy's playing on a 4K TV. What are you playing? You're playing Gotham Knights on a 4K TV? Again, the problem is the game didn't run that well. It was kind of choppy, in parts. And I think it actually, like, killed people's experience with the game, which is sad, because I think Gotham Knights was well written and actually had pretty good execution for the most part. A few cheesy, cringy things in there, but for the most part, it was a good game. Will I ever play the Modern Warfare 3 campaign? No, I don't care. The whole idea of rebooting the Modern Warfare trilogy, I never really cared. All I really cared about was the multiplayer anyway, right? The story always takes a backseat. The story of the first one was alright. The story of the second one was not good. And I heard the story of the third one's even worse, so I don't care. I'm not wasting time. I am now in a situation, alright? I'm old enough. And I've basically pulled in enough directions by my viewers. I'm in demand enough, is what I should say, that I don't have time to waste on crap. I just don't. There's enough good stuff to play at all times that I don't have time to waste on crap. So I'm not wasting my time on crap. If it's something that I know is not going to be something I'm going to enjoy, and it seems like it's a time waster, then I'm not going to waste that time. I'm going to spend the time doing other things that I'm more meaningful to my audience and me, you know? It just so happens right now we're stuck in so many long playthroughs. I'm hoping that over the next few months we'll get a good variety of other games that aren't all the same JRPG style. But, you know, for now it is what it is. But I'm just not going to dump time into stuff that I know is bad. The campaign of Modern Warfare 3 is trash. It's the worst I've ever done from all reports, so I'm not going to play it. You know? Got too much other shit to do. Do I have plans to play Persona 3 Reload in the future? I have no idea. Right now, it's not even on my radar. I'm watching my wife play some of it, and it looks amazing, like what they've done with it. What an upgrade. Visually, and the music, they actually redid most of the music. There's way more spoken dialogue now. In the original, there's almost none. And they added a ton of spoken word dialogue now to the game, which is really awesome. But I don't know if I'm going to ever really get around to it at this point. It's a game I've already played. It's super long. We've got a million other games that I haven't played that are super long. So, I don't know.
We are about 9 minutes away. 9 minutes or so.
Jade says, Gotham Knights, day one was fun. I loved it, but they updated it, and the bosses are not easy. Oh, see, I don't know. I didn't do... Ever since I beat the main campaign, I did not ever play, you know, Gotham Knights again. So I don't know anything about after that. Then you do Hair of the Dog, who re-upped a membership for 7 months. It says, hey, bro, what's going on, Hair of the Dog? Thank you for that. Cool. Oh, I did finish Persona 3. What are you talking about? Absolutely I did. See, people, I have to say something. You guys...
Here we go. Are we going to get detractors or trolls mentioned?
I swear, many of you all listen to the crowd of idiots out there who lie. I finished Persona 3. I finished Scarface. All these games that they claim are infamous rage quits, I finished them. They lied. But
who are they, Phil?
You believe the lies. I beat Persona 3. See, this person literally in chat doesn't know that. I beat it. Go watch it. It's done. The playthrough has an ending. I finished the game. You just don't know that because you listen to the wrong people. ERG Apollo. If you don't know that I beat the game, then you're just ignorant. I don't know what else to tell you. You are.
Oh my god! If you don't know I beat the game, you're just ignorant. How? So your fans have to understand every single fucking game you've ever fucking completed in the entirety of your 15 years of creating content on YouTube, and if they don't understand every single fucking game you've ever fucking beaten, they're ignorant.
Ignorant. I beat it. It's done. The game was completed. So what are you talking about? You see? It's hilarious what people believe because just because so many idiots regurgitated misinformation, people just believe it is fact. They don't take 2 seconds to literally search and say Persona 3 playthrough. And then it goes, and there you find it. There's your answer. And
okay, hold on. So if I searched... Hold on. We searched Persona 3 playthrough on YouTube, it's not going to come up with your shit, Phil. Not straight away. But nah. Phil did initially rage quit Persona 3. It was a fan-funded stream. The fucking audience, his fans on Patreon gave him like what was a tier goal on Patreon for him playing that game? I want to say it was I want to say it was something like $1,000, but I don't know if it was. But yeah, he played the game and he got to like the very final boss and he couldn't complete it and the boss got healed and he just quit. Apparently it was $1,250 Phil was given to play the game. And he couldn't beat the final boss and then he just rage quit it and walked away from it. He did eventually return to Persona 3 and he did eventually complete the game. But he initially did rage quit.
Of course now he complained, oh, you don't have to go calling people ignorant. I'm not trying to start a fight. You literally just stated in my chat that something negative about me that's not factually true, and I called you out on it, and now you're saying I'm calling you ignorant. Yes, because you stated something that was factually untrue in my chat that makes me look bad. And you criticized me for it. What did you think would happen? Right? If you go outside right now into a crowd and you yell at the sky is red, but the sky is blue, what do you think will happen? Right? Yeesh. Of course now he's backpedaling. That's just what happens. But anyway, the point I'm going to make is very simple. Please, everyone, don't believe nonsense. All right? There's too much nonsense about me out there that literally 5 seconds of research. Like if you think, wow, infamously Phil never finished Persona 3, and all you got to do is type in Darkside Phil or DSP Gaming Persona 3 playthrough and look at my playlist and you'll see it's done. It takes 5 seconds. Instead of spouting the misinfo that everyone else spouted because they want to talk shit about me, just search. It's 5 seconds of work. Instead of actually making someone look bad. Because again, there's no skin off your back when you do that, right? But then I look bad and everyone believes the facts that aren't facts. You know? Cosmos, I would say that in general, all right, right now, I'm inundated with games. Why? Because the games are so long. How often am I playing games that are...
Oh, he's going to complain again about all these games being longer than like fucking 20 hours or 30 hours. Phil, this is a good thing. It is good that gamers are getting value for the money.
Oh my dog, what's up?
Thank you very much to Ira for a super chat, who says nobody cares if he completes a game years after a rage quit. Exactly. The statement wasn't necessarily wrong. Phil did originally rage quit Persona 3, which was a fan-funded playthrough, which his fans gave him $1,250 for. Phil did eventually go back to it and completed the game. But he originally did rage quit it initially. And there's plenty of other games that Phil has rage quit and rage quit over the years.
All like 100 hours long. Almost never, right? Baldur's Gate 3, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, and a fighting game that basically is infinite and has no ending, correct? Between those 3 games, that's why I'm doing this so much this month, is because there's that much going on right now, right? Now, eventually, we're not going to be playing those 3 games anymore. And once we get to shorter games and things, then I'd be looking to explore Game Pass and stuff like that. The problem is, this is where we're stuck. And all the other games that have come out have not been good, right? Like, you don't want to see me play Suicide Squad. I'm not going to play Helldivers. It's a co-op game. I don't do co-op. All the things that are coming out just are kind of meh. So, eventually, we're going to get to other games that'll be different. And then everything won't be a 100-hour playthrough that takes me 4 months to beat, and then we'll be going back to Game Pass stuff. But we have to get to that point, correct? And we haven't gotten there yet. We're kind of still stuck in the everything's a 100-hour playthrough, takes forever to beat. What's up, Casanova? Good to see you. All right, guys, it's time to end the show. I mean, yeah, we went late here today with the discussion, which is fine because I like the discussion. I like the open discussion, and I hope that you guys are enjoying everything. All right, I think it's time to end the show. And by the way, remember, today's React Day. So what's going to happen is when the podcast ends, you're going to see a link on your screen. Hey, jump over to DSP Reacts and hang out with us over there. I'll get that stream going in the next couple of minutes. And 3 hours of reacting to clips that the members submitted this week. Excited to see what they came up with. Okay. All right, ERG Apollo apologized. Well, I apologize if I came off as harsh on the stream, but you have to understand I have to call stuff out when I see it, right? When I see that kind of nonsense. Because so many people spread that misinformation, I have to call it out when I see it. At least they apologize and realize their mistake. Thank you for taking the second to figure that out. I appreciate that. Okay. All right. Let us now end the show. And everyone please head over to the React show. If you're here watching on demand, give the React show a look. DSP Reacts. It's youtube.com/@DSP Reacts. Also remember, I'm not here tonight for the late stream. It's a DSP throwback late stream. Heavy Rain. I'm very excited to react to Heavy Rain for the first time in 100 years. It's going to be really fun, I feel. So hope you'll join me over on DSP Throwback tonight for that. But in the meantime, have a good and safe day. And hopefully you all have a good one. And I will see you all tomorrow here as we get readjusted for full gameplay the second half of my streaming week. All right? But today, it's time to react. Thank you all. See you later. Okay. Let us quickly adjust here and get set up for the React show, shall we? So a few things that I have to do. Number one, okay, the camera's in the right spot, but we have to resize the webcam. That's number one. Go. Oop. Slightly too big. Okay. Number two, gotta get the React logo. Number three, we gotta turn off YouTube side pop-ups for DSP Gaming and instead turn on the React pop-ups. Did they up? Okay, guys, thanks for chilling. I'm now going to end the stream, and again, it's going to pop up and say, hey, head over to the React channel. Please do so. I'll have that channel running up in about 5 minutes, and then we're going to get started roughly between 1 and 1:05 p.m. Pacific time on that channel. All right, see you over there. Thanks a lot, guys, and see you in a minute.
Okay, and it means we can just basically go straight to his shitey React channel, and I guess we can just rewind it. So give me a second here.
Besides more...
Oh, look at his actual reaction stuff already. We can rewind. How far do we need to go back? We'll try about 10 minutes. Okay, 10 minutes seems like a good spot to go back. Is audio playing here?
I can't answer this.
There he is. Hold on.
And here's the ultra...
He's still talking there.
People who are channel members...
He's still talking there. I'm just going back bit by bit.
This has been...
Okay, still talking. Still talking there.
Because, you know, 52 weeks.
Come on, how long do you fucking leave the fucking background art on? Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there.
Alrighty, everybody, I'm here.
Oh, here we go, here we fucking go. We got there eventually. So, anyway, the bingo continues. Until he starts recording for his shitey fucking React content, the game continues. We are so close to a full house. Fingers crossed we can get it. Let me switch out the live chats in the bottom corner for DSP and make it his current live chat here, because obviously he's changed stream since then, so I can do that here. Give me a second, and there we go. It should be updated now with his current live chat. There we go. So, let me go 1.25 speed as well, and let's see if we can complete the bingo and get a full house going. Fingers crossed. Here we fucking go. I might as well just play a button just to see, you know, send. It's a new stream technically for Phil, so what's this button gonna say?
Shut the fuck up, you cunt!
That'll do.
Alrighty, everybody, I'm here. Just give me a second to open up the chat, and we will begin with DSP versus the Internet, episode 52. That is right. Officially a full year, because, you know, 52 weeks in a year, right? So officially a full year. And, excited to see what clips you guys have submitted this week. Excuse me. Disgusting belch. Sorry about that. Always good to do a nice disgusting belch to start a stream, right?
Nope.
Okay.
Now what does the sugar do in the sauce?
Here we are. Thank you, Casanova. 12 months as a member. He says still legitimately supporting. I appreciate that. I appreciate all of you who are legitimately supporting my efforts here on the DSP Reacts channel. You know, not everyone. Sadly, there are, you know, the usual malicious nonsense, but for those who actually have been here and engaging and supporting the content over the last year, thank you. I like doing the variety of show. I don't like just doing the same thing all the time, and this has been an awesome thing to do over the last year, for sure. I hope that you guys enjoy the variety of content, that it's not just gameplay, right? Thank you, Pausen. 9 months as a member. Thank you so much, Pausen. Appreciate that. Thank you all. Okay, we're about to get started. Let me just sync my app with the console, and we'll get the playlist open, and we'll get going here. You guys know the deal. You know how it works. These are member-submitted videos. People who are channel members here, if you're the submissions level, then you are able to submit clips into a randomized playlist. If you are a ultra level member, you are guaranteed to have your video watched here on the show every week, right? So, various different levels, but awesome to see what you guys come up with. Here we go, playlists. And here's the ultra level stuff for this week. We have 11 ultra member videos and 32 submissions level videos. Interesting. We're going to see what you guys came up with. Matt, I have no idea, nor could I answer that for you live on the stream. If you have an issue of not being able to talk on a particular channel, you need to email me, darksidephil@hotmail.com, with the information of your YouTube channel, and I can look into it. I can't answer those questions live. I have no clue. Casanova, I appreciate that. I hope that you will eventually get into the swing of submitting. Keep in mind that the way it works here, I'll just briefly explain to all of you. Again, for those who aren't aware. Oh, wait, hold on. I didn't sync. Like, wait a minute. It's not synced yet. I'm being stupid. Hold on. Let me sync this.
I did want to ask,
There we go.
Bruh.
Now I'm synced. No, what I wanted to say is, remember, the way it works is if you're a submissions member, every week I post up a new thread by which you can submit your clips. And usually I do it the night of. Like, I'll probably do it, like, later tonight. I'll put up the thread where you can submit clips for next week's show. And that goes for submissions members and ultra members. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And that's true. Casanova says, if everyone who was once a member has auto-renewal, you won't have as much of a problem. Yeah. And if you do the submissions level on auto-renewal, then you'll every week be able to submit your clips. You don't have to worry about it expiring. I think a lot of countries don't allow auto-renewal. That some countries have outlawed auto-renewing subscriptions because of these deceptive practices a lot of these companies do, which is pretty sad. So, I think that's what happens a lot of times. All right, is everybody ready? Let's jump into it. Here we go. And by the way, pop-ups were working because we saw those messages. Yeah, okay, cool. Hello, everyone.
He is now recording for his shitey YouTube React content, and that is going to bring an end to the bingo for today's game. We had one free space thanks to Phil's snortage, and I'm just going to tick off hate to say.
Burger.
5 in a row. That's concerning.
Just because it completes the fucking face, you know what I mean? Pretty much, yeah. But this, by the way, this artwork was from Darkseid to Phil. Big ups to them. This is one of the bingo backgrounds I got using their robust artwork of a dancing little pig roach fucking surrounded by food and money as well. This is basically Phil's piggy little dreams come true right fucking here. But there we go. So yeah, he's doing his React crap now. Fucking hooray for that, I guess. We're only behind Phil by about 13 minutes or so. But yeah, that's going to bring an end to the bingo and all that jazz. Let's go to otters. Yeah, we've got otters here. Thank fuck they're back on the stream. Guys, thank you very much for joining me for some bingo antics tonight. It's very much appreciated. Sadly, we couldn't get a full house, but as the old saying goes, there is always tomorrow. So yeah, we'll come back tomorrow and hopefully we can try and get a full house then instead to start off the week in fine style. I'm just watching this otter do... Is that like the otter version of a death roll? You know, crocodiles have a death roll, alligators have a death roll when they fucking in the water, you know. Is that like the otter version of that? Who fucking knows? Oh no, is it a goddamn cute as all hell? But yeah guys, thank you for joining me on tonight's bingo. As I said, I'll return tomorrow, same time as usual. And hopefully we can win tomorrow. I hope you all enjoy the rest of the weekend, however I should spend the weekend. And yeah, I'm going to end how I always end, by playing notorious PIG contributions made by the supremely talented Pixar Animations. But until then guys, enjoy the rest of your Sunday and I'll catch you all later. Peace out.
On September 14th, a pre-authorized payment of $16.51 from PayPal.
All right, Luna Mills has tipped me $1.30. It says, I'm back. What's your favorite type of shower? When you're showered in money. When you go outside, all of a sudden, greenbacks start falling from the sky. And you raise your face up, you're like, oh, you start dancing, you go, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. All right, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but thank you for the first tip of the day. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money,
and it's gone, just gone like that.